Today's recipe's Ando, and when you say the name Mixmaster, one name springs to mind for a lot of people, which is Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys.
Yes.
Not for me. Brent the Mixmaster is who I think of.
Company man.
Company man, Brent the Mixmaster. Yep. He's emailed in. First time he's contacted the show, according to my files. HamishAndy.com/topics. Recipes is what grabbed his attention.
Good.
He writes in, from a young age, everyone's parents have a party, they leave the soft drink table unattended, and it's there we all start our secret formulas. I personally stumbled upon the greatest drink mix ever. It's simply known as Drink X. It will never be made commercially available, though. This is the tragedy.
Why?
Because it requires 3 drink brands that are arch nemesises. He writes in brackets, I think. It requires them to cooperate, Ando.
Never going to happen.
Now, that's the tragedy. That is the tragedy.
It's like what we talked about with some of our favourite fast food. The burger we like from one place does not match up with the chips that we like from another joint.
They're never going to do it. I highly doubt Mad Max is going to go, yeah, cool, you can have KFC chips here, and then why don't you nip over to Boost for a King William? They're just never going to offer it to me as a meal, and when I buy them separately, it's highly cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
So you're forced to just go from the one store.
Unless you pull into one of those roadhouses that has everything, and that's the time where you can get everything within an allocated amount of
just
time.
The cost factor, though.
Cost hits.
You start stepping outside of value meals, and you paying retail for everything, and not getting the discount of the value meal is it's madness, and it kind of ruins the meal. Ando, I have in my hand a cup of Drink X.
Wow, have you made it?
I've made it.
Have you made it? Have you got the right portions?
Yeah, I almost want you to drink it first, and then I tell you what's in it.
Wow. Okay, can we do it like Massive, where I drink it?
You can have a go. I mean, you'll get a bit of it. There you go. Careful. Don't drink it all because I want some.
Okay, the Cup X. Gee, it looks good.
Drink X. And now it's three equal parts of 3 soft drinks. Remember, they are arch rivals.
I would say the texture and colour, is probably a mix between raspberry and Coca-Cola.
Sure.
For people at home. Plenty of
Jesus, you get this, though. How's that? It's often described as the smoothest drink ever.
Gee, it's really good.
Drink X is delicious.
Well, there's raspberry in there.
Yep.
I think there's Coke in there. But I would say that there's more raspberry than Coke.
Okay.
And you say there's a third?
You're failing miserably, Ando. Why don't I just tell you what's in there? It's 1 part vanilla Coke.
Yes.
It's 1 part Schweppes brown creaming soda.
Yeah.
It's 1 part Kirk's pink creaming soda.
Wow, okay.
They all have a vanilla aspect. That's
do.
why you're tasting such a smooth drink.
Yeah.
But it's the brown and red creaming sodas mixing that Brent the Mixmaster thinks really sets it off. And then you've got a base of a solid thing like a
Is there a
vanilla
different
Coke.
Taste with the brown and red different?
When you Brent,
creaming?
there is. And this is how it started. It's the smoothest drink of all time, and that's the tragedy. People will never be able to buy it in a bottle. Drink X.
It's delicious.
Give us a bit.
It really is good.
We had a little sip. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. It's the best. How's he getting his vanilla Coke?
I know, we're essentially just sitting in our studio drinking soft drinks, saying things like yum, and it's so good.
Takes me back to about 6 years old at a birthday party.
But these are the facts. I mean, this is our job here at the Business Brunch, and if something's beautiful, then we're just going to stay on air, drinking soft drink, saying things like, I'm loving this taste.
It's Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch. Hey, today the topic is chocolate. You can get into this show by going to HamishAndy.com/topics. Happy Chappy Brent has done such things. He's emailed us before, and I think you remember he was the Mixmaster back then.
Unbelievable stuff.
Created a drink called Drink X, which uses various other soft drinks. If it's put in with the right combination, it created such a nice drink.
Drink X is delicious.
Well, there's raspberry in there.
You're failing miserably, Ando. Why don't I just tell you what's in there? It's 1 part vanilla Coke.
Yes.
It's 1 part Schweppes brown creaming soda.
Yes.
It's 1 part Kirk's pink creaming soda.
Wow. So he's 1 from 1 with his...
with his creations.
The
thing I like about the Mixmaster, certainly with the drink aspect, was he doesn't settle for the status quo.
No.
A giant company like Coca-Cola comes out and says, this is a good drink, consume at will, and he says, I won't. I'm going to make it better. I will now make it better because I I don't believe you guys have tried your hardest.
Well, he's done the same thing with an eye on Kellogg's today,
Great.
and in particular,
Another
Cocoa
great
Pops.
Australian company.
He says, I'm in an effort again to make the world a yummier place. Here it is. Cocoa Pops, just like a milkshake, only crunchy? Well, that's if that shake was made to stingy road shot with half a teaspoon of chocolate syrup.
Whoa.
Disgusto.
Okay. He's come out swinging.
So he then has told me about the secret ingredients for this other serving of Cocoa Pops.
Does it have a name? Does the new Cocoa Pops have a name?
He hasn't got a name.
Because I'm looking now. You've obviously gone to some effort. You've made a test sample here. There's 2 bowls of Cocoa Pops in front of me. They look similar.
They look pretty much the same.
But they've been prepared differently?
Yes, I have got the traditional Cocoa Pops for you in front of you. Go, you just take a drink of that. Take a taste of that one.
Well, can I have a go? I mean, is this normal one?
Yeah.
Okay. I've obviously been there for a little while.
Sorry, yeah.
Very soggy.
It's a bit soggy, but there's no crunchy.
No crunchy.
But that gives you an idea of what was
That's
going
fine.
on.
Very good.
Yeah.
Classic food. Yeah. If you believe the monkey on the front cover of the cereals, full of things that are good for you, I question that. But, he's a cool monkey. He's telling you what's up. He's got a hat on, I think. All right. So that's, it's a regular Cocoa Pop. And now who's this over here? What have we got?
I actually got a different spoon for you.
Oh, you don't even want to contaminate spoons?
I don't want to contaminate spoon. There you go. Sorry.
Well, if it's that subtle.
Okay, it's pretty subtle.
It's second bombing. Consistency is very similar.
Yeah.
There's a sort of a thick skin of Cocoa Pops on the top. That's just because they've been there for a little while.
Mm. How's that?
How has he done that? How has he done that? It's significantly more chocolatey.
Well, so it sits the topic well.
Hang on a
How
sec.
do you feel
How's he
about it?
done that?
Is it better? I bet. Can you guess?
He'd put chocolate milk in.
He has.
He'd put chocolate milk in that.
And what else?
Something's in there. If you've just tuned in, listening to a man eating Cocoa Pops.
What do you think?
Oh, something's in there.
Yeah. Well, guess this is the kid.
I think it was almost caramelised. How is he? Could he go so far as to caramelise each pop?
He says it's a standard 600 ml of Big M poured over the top. So you got that.
Yep.
And he said, and then to finish it off, a light dusting of only a teaspoon of Milo.
That's what he's done.
He said,
That's what he's done.
Do not go over on the Milo, and I repeat.
And that's what he's done. You've done really well because I couldn't nail it, but something chewy, something magical, a new structure
He
seemed to
says-
encapsulate the top layer of pops.
Think of it as a light chocolate garnish. don't overdo it.
Mixmaster's
back.
You have done it again.
It's
Wonderful
happy hour.
stuff.
Haim, today, one topic today on this show is burgers. You and I were thrilled with how many people went to hamishandy.com/topics and emailed in. But we were searching for one email in particular, a man that's previously been on this show,
He's created some wonderful foods for us, Ando.
the Mixmaster.
Brent the Mixmaster.
He obviously created the greatest drink ever.
Drink X, and
Yeah.
that was a combination of cream soda, red cream soda, vanilla Coke, a few other things in there. I can't remember the exact ratios. I did taste it. Tasted amazing.
In our recipe show, he also betted Cocoa Pops in our chocolate show. We expected him to have an idea with burgers.
He hasn't written in.
He hasn't written in.
This is where we go hunting.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the phone. We're going to track him down and figure out what's going on.
We do have his number. It's a cold call here, and I hope he picks up. And a look at an explanation would be nice,
It
wouldn't
would be
it?
really nice.
Hello, Brent speaking.
Is that Brent,
Brent.
the Mixmaster?
Yes, it is.
All hail the Mixmaster.
Mixmaster,
It's Hamish
yeah.
and Andy here. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh, we've never
Mate,
actually spoken to you in person.
a
But
real
boy,
honour.
Has the correspondence been amazing from yourself?
Oh, it has, most of the time.
Yeah.
Look, we call A, we're excited about talking to you, but B, we're confused, borderline shocked because
is your email working at the moment?
do you still have the internet?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, good. There's always libraries around and stuff if your net goes down.
Yeah.
Because
No.
we're doing one of the topic for today is burgers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we hadn't heard from you, Mixmaster.
Yeah.
Burgers, I didn't see burgers.
You've got to check hamishandy.com/topics. I mean, should be the homepage of everyone that listens to this show. It's built by the people, and we don't have a show unless people write in. Now, look, a lot of people did, and we're not having a go at them. We got hundreds of emails, except Andy and I were really waiting to hear from one man, and it was the Mixmaster.
Oh, I'm waiting for sauces, actually, but...
Well, I mean, it is a subcategory of burgers. Now,
True.
Let's cut straight to the chase here. Annie and I were secretly convinced that you would have up your sleeve a secret mix of either one burger with additional ingredients or two burgers mixed together. Maybe you even go cross chains.
Exactly.
Maybe you have a colonel talking to a clown. We don't know. Do you have in your arsenal, have you come across such a burger? Question one.
Look, here, I've been working on a sauce that from different fast food chains.
Yep.
Okay.
So everyone loves sweet and sour sauce, but every food chain does a sweet and sour sauce. They're all different.
Yeah, it's true.
Combine them all together, it's an amazing sauce.
Is it really?
Mega sauce.
Well, what? It's still a nugget-based dip?
Well, I use it for chips. I use it for... nuggets as well, but it could potentially be a burger sauce.
Brent,
Mixmaster.
Can we ask you?
You don't have to link it in if you don't think it's going to be right.
You don't put jet fuel in a car. Doesn't make it as fast as a jet. Careful where you put your sauces.
and Brent, I mean, you've got 100% hit rate so far. But I'd be happy, Ham, to go out and try this by the end of the show.
Based on a nugget. Well, can we ask you this? What are you doing today? Would you be interested in bringing in the sauces to present them to the team for a live nugget tasting?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Oh, wicked. Well, because what are we talking? Just for clarity here, we're talking KFC, Macca's, Hungry Jack's / Burger King. Any other sauce involved?
Red Rooster does one as well.
Yeah,
excellent.
Okay, great.
So what? I mean, we'll cover the cost of fuel, sauces, and nuggets. Can I say I prefer a McDonald's nugget for the base?
You cannot.
Yeah. I would say McDonald's is probably the preferable nugget.
Well, actually, bring in all the nuggets. Well, here's what we need: 6 nuggets from each venue, all the sauces.
Yep.
Don't mix them yet because we need some control sauces as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Grab a few fries and chips from different venues as well, and then we'll try it by the end of the show.
What time are we talking? I'm just at work at the moment.
Yeah, what time does work finish?
Get out. What do you do for a job, Brent?
Construction worker, machinery operator.
Yeah, a lot of those machines these days sort of just operate themselves. So we'll stay on the line. We'll figure out a way to get you into the studio by the end of the show. We'll talk to you, boss.
Thanks, Brent. We've put him on hold. Haim, what we'll do is we'll go to a song now, but our producer will obviously give Brent the news that he's got about 50 minutes, and let's see if we can't...
The Mixmaster's coming in with his ultimate sweet and sour sauce.
I wonder what he looks like. I bet he's 7 foot tall.
I bet his face is a mix of all different people.
Today the topic is burgers. It's been a very exciting roller coaster ride for one fellow. His name's Brent. He is the Mixmaster. He joins us in the studio now. Brent, thanks very much for coming in.
No worries, guys.
Obviously, a chaotic last hour for him.
We talked to you at the start of the show, and burgers is where this conversation started. But as so often happens on the happy hour, we find ourselves in a neighbouring suburb. Topics-wise, because we asked you, you've created some wonderful food for the show before.
Definitely, yes.
You invented a new drink.
Yep.
Drink X.
Lovely.
Incredible stuff. You also helped us jazz up Cocoa Pops, and that was a fantastic creation and a necessary creation that you created there.
50 minutes ago, Ham, we'd never actually spoken to Brent.
No, just email.
Just email. And
now we've got you here live. It's happened very quickly. Our heads are spinning.
Because you talked about a new sauce you've been working on when we rang you earlier to go. Is there any burgers you've been working on? Talk us through the sauce.
Yeah, so fast food outlets, rivals always.
Sure. But not really to us. I mean, we love them all.
Oh, so. Exactly. They're people's food. Yeah. But yes, they all stock the same sauce, which is a sweet and sour sauce. They're all just like slightly different.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And what better just mix them together?
Yeah.
Great,
so is there a ratio of sauce mixing we're going to go for here?
Well, it is an exact ratio, but it just happens to be the size the sauce comes in.
Exactly. So
isn't that lucky?
Oh, it's perfect.
So if any of the outlets end up changing their tub sizes,
we're back to the lab.
We're back to the laboratory.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a full tub of, what have we gone for here? KFC,
yep.
Macca's,
Macca's
and Red Rooster.
Red Rooster, yep.
I understand Hungry Jack's do not make one.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
So until they lift their game, they're excluded.
Yeah,
Fair's fair.
Well, mate, you've done a great job within the last 50 minutes to tear around to these
You've
outlets.
done really well.
You've got a sauce nugget. We're going to go a control nugget, which is the McDonald's nugget.
I mean, can I, Anna, before we begin, may I volunteer to just try one of each of the sauces on a nugget straight? So then if I taste the super sauce, I'll know if it's a better sauce.
Something tells me
May I volunteer, sir?
that's going to happen regardless. Hamish, I think
just a classic Macca's.
Macca's.
Red Rooster?
He's sending down a red rooster
yes,
now.
that is.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
A little sweet, a little tartar.
Okay.
We're focusing a bit more on the sweet on the Red Rooster.
Mm-hmm. And then your KFC, a darker of the three sauces.
Smokier.
Smokier, yeah.
It's just smokier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my favourite, personal favourite.
Got a real tang at the end there.
Yeah. All right.
You really noticed the difference, yet they're all unmistakably sweet and sour.
Great.
Yes.
So Mixmaster, start mixing. As we see now, perfectly putting the correct amount of
The science.
a full tub of the KFC. Slightly darker sauce goes in. The lighter or the more red one is the Red Rooster. That's heading in there as well.
Have you are you always a sweet and sour man, Mixmaster?
At the fast food outlets, definitely.
Yeah.
You never go a barbecue?
Nah, the sweet and sour is hard to miss.
Look at that McDonald's one. That's sort of the yellowest of the
It's a
sauces.
strange colour, but a great taste.
Wonderful, classic taste. And it's unmissable in there too. Really, you got
Now he's just beating it up, guys. He's just doing a fair bit of mixing. How long would you recommend people mix before Mixmaster?
About 20 figure eights, and then you
so 160. Mixmaster, if there was a fast food version of MasterChef, would you be the Matt Preston?
yeah, I probably would. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So, Haim, you've got all three tastes. You've got to remember all three from before.
Locked in.
And
this is now, do you have a name for this sauce?
Look, I've gone with Sauce X.
Okay. Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah,
Haim,
that's a good
build the
round. That's
tension.
perfect,
Build the tension.
Already smells a bit different. You can definitely, even just at a scent level, feel the KFC tang coming through.
He's got it in his mouth.
This is going to sound like I'm making it up, but it is great.
Is it the best?
It really is. It really is, Mixmaster. Brent, it really is, because it starts off with the tang of the KFC that we discussed, but you definitely get the Red Rooster sweetness, and then it's unmistakably Macca's at the end. It's like doing a whirlwind tour of your three favourite restaurants. You've done it again, Mixmaster.
Oh, no worries, guys.
He's the best.
He's all the guts I'm for. Oh,
Have
geez.
one, have it, Mixmaster.
Oh, get in there,
Of course he's going to.
We got 30 nuggets.
HamishAndy.com. Not only to get the podcast, not only to leave your correspondence for topics, but also to see a photo of
Do you mind if I double dip?
No, go for it.
another triumph from the Mixmaster, Brent. We will see you next time, everyone.
This is a riddle.
Yes, it's a
This
riddle.
seems like more of a riddle.
But he says-
I want to crack this case.
He says there's a whole story as to why why this happened.
Let's look at the suspects, though.
He said, I'm happy to tell it.
Great.
But he also goes on to say that the guy that mixed the sweet and sour sauces for the fast food is a hero, and he deserves a gold watch.
Brent the Mixmaster.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, can we reveal
Yeah.
that he was given a gold watch?
Yeah.
After the show,
Yeah.
Jack is losing his mind over there. He knows how big a bombshell this is. A couple of shows ago, we had Brent the Mixmaster come on the show. He mixed sweet and sour sauce. I believe it was it for the Burgers show?
Yeah.
He mixed all three sweet and sour sauces together in this very special, specific ratio.
Yeah.
We tried it. It was phenomenal. As he left the studio, the show had finished, but we just thought, we got to give this guy a watch. I mean, he's done so much for the
We
show.
must make it clear he has not been given one because Mel asked us.
No. You don't get a watch from asking. You can never.
But, okay, iTunes, Ham. Back to Mel's correspondence.
Okay, so with Mel's correspondence, if you've accidentally bought an album 11 times, it's either a clicking too many times issue, you have 11 different devices and you don't know how to make them sync properly and share the same library.
Or they never got downloaded in and you kept buying it thinking
I
gone to a different area.
must remember to buy that thing.
Mel joins us right now. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, right here.
Mal, first of all, are you excited to hear that Brent the Mixmaster did get given a gold watch off air after the show?
Oh, can I say that has made my day. That is good news to hear.
It's exactly what the gold watches are for. I mean, it's almost impossible to get one.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I think that now takes us to 3.
Yeah.
Three gold watches.
3 gold
Great.
watches have been given out of the 100. They're gold-coloured watches, sorry, I should point out.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin Rudd's going to join us in around about 40 minutes. Someone as famous as Kevin Rudd.
Yeah.
Brent the Mixmaster.
He's been on the show before. If you've listened to the show, this is the man that can create incredible foods out of household ingredients. He will join the Prime Minister of Australia, Kevin Rudd, for a very special pre-election cooking showdown.
Yes, the Prime Minister has his own mix that he wants to put in front of the Mixmaster.
This could be one of the greatest 11th hour political moves of all time, Ando.
But Kevin, rather than you giving out food to get people's votes, you've come to give us a food, which we're pretty bloody excited about. On this show, nothing gets more correspondence for our website than when someone comes up with a new type of food or when one of the big companies has changed one of their foods. Brent the Mixmaster Ham.
He is a young man. He's come into the studio today, but normally he brings foods in to demonstrate to us. In the past, he's created an incredible soft drink that was a mix between cream soda, red creamy soda, vanilla Coke, and Coke. It was fabulous.
Beautiful.
He then bought in.
Why do you need sort of a good cab sav when you can have
When you can have drink eggs.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's from the Prime
And
Minister's
that could
mouth,
be
Ando.
his slogan.
Then he
You could
took,
even start our cars with that.
he took Cocoa Pops. He added chocolate milk, and then he put Milo on the top.
But not enough so the eye could detect it.
A wonderful concoction. We've asked you, do you have... His whole specialty is making foods from scratch, household items.
Yeah.
You've brought in a concoction
Yes.
that you
Straight from the lodge.
You're confident that the
On
Mixmaster
behalf
will
of the
like...
Commonwealth of Australia.
Andy and I have to stay impartial. We're the media. That's sort of the rule.
Yeah.
The Mixmaster, on the
It's
other
never
hand...
been my experience of the media.
The Mixmaster...
I get a Medax put in my head every morning. Clunk.
If you can sway Brent the Mixmaster, that is a huge lobbyist to get on board.
It's
Up
after
next.
this, Sam, on the Hamish Andy Show. Today it's all about voting, one topic per day. You've just joined us. The Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd, is doing something quite phenomenal, Ham. He has bought in his own mix to present to Brent, the Mixmaster. If you've just tuned in for the first time, welcome. Brent is a tradie, but his other superpower is creating great foods based on already made foods but out of different packets.
The last time you came on the show, Brent, first of all, hello.
Hello.
And all rise for the Mixmaster.
all right.
Essentially the food prime minister of the show.
Brent, you seem like a fine, intelligent young man. Will you be
Yes,
voting for me?
I'm not sure yet. We'll just test
Depend
this.
on this.
And that, Kevin, we did...
That makes me anxious.
We did say to you that this is really your mixing skills here have the chance to win over Brent the Mixmaster, and that is an incredibly powerful lobbyist to win over.
Now, last time you came in, it was a super sweet and sour sauce,
Yes,
the
yeah.
quadruple S.
Yep.
You were wrapped with that, as were we.
Oh, it turned out pretty much the best so far, I would say.
And are there anything else you're working on in the food mixing world?
I'm thinking alternative ways to mix it. So we're getting involved with some power tools and some things from the work site.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's the Mixmaster.
Have you ever seen our new Tools for Tradies grant of $6,000, which
No.
means that if you need a power tool and you're under apprenticeship, you can draw on that grant for that purpose for your unique cooking skills.
Oh, can you get a drill egg beater?
Can you give it?
Anything's possible.
I mean, it's the 11th hour. Let's just chuck out some promises.
This is fully costed.
Now, unless Abbott's throwing out condiments for Mixmasters, which would be incredible, Grant.
Just heard that, Liberal have thrown out nuggets for nannies. They're offering free chicken nuggets. It's blow for blow here at the 11th hour of the election.
Okay,
Here we go.
So, talk us through this mixture, Kevin. It's based on pretty much cinema foods, isn't it?
It is because, I'm a fairly cultured person, so I like the cinema.
Do you get to go to the cinema? Cackling Jack, actually, who presses the buttons for us, was wondering that.
No, just that when you were coming in today, I was asking these guys how, because you're a busy guy, obviously this time of year as well. How many movies do you realistically get to see? What's the last movie you saw?
Not enough, and it's been the last one I saw actually was Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
Great film.
Which was actually good, I thought.
Following the Jefferson theme.
Again, no, it's
Ended
not
badly for Abe.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil that one for you as well.
Okay, so...
So these are cinema foods. So
Yeah.
I thought you really need to have a sense of texture and depth and colour and something that stays with you in a leaden sort of way. And so,
Lovely stuff.
So Maltesers.
Yeah, it's great.
Are you a
cinema
Maltesers
staple.
guy?
Yeah, definitely a chocolate man. Yep.
Chocolate man. Are you a popcorn man?
Yeah, I'll enjoy the popcorn.
So, popcorn gives you a certain sort of structure to your food, a certain texture, a certain formation, foundation. And then if you were to weave that around your Maltesers by using the glue provided by vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, the
Bang.
chop
Yeah.
top.
Then
That's
I think you're cooking with gas, aren't you?
Yeah, no, that's,
Oh, yes.
if you can pull that off.
Well, I mean,
this is
Kev,
very
you've mixed it
exciting.
up. We basically it's vanilla ice
To
cream.
paint the picture for everyone, our Prime Minister has his napkin tucked into the top of his suit. He
Double
is-
tea towel.
In a
Double-
very tasteful way.
In a very tasteful way, he's doing the figure eight mix made famous by Brent the Mixmaster.
Are you happy with the mixing method, Brent?
Oh, it does look very appealing.
Yeah, okay. Kevin, when you think you're ready, this is the moment of truth. Like we said, Hamish and I, as being in the media, have to be impartial.
Okay,
But-
this is a taste test, is it?
The taste
It's
test.
a taste test for Brent.
For Brent?
We've got to
Yeah,
see
Brent.
what Brent thinks the Prime Minister is.
Brent, I reckon you're a really good guy. And you've had
Inducing.
such a-
Inducing. We've talked about this.
I thought this was
You
illegal.
have a huge career ahead of you.
Okay,
and,
Brent.
just, leave me a card afterwards.
K-Rod's done the right thing here by, of course, it is the chef's prerogative to make sure he gets exactly the right ratio. You can just see Kevin now fishing around. He wants a little bit more popcorn on it. Looks like he's got one Malteser.
I just noticed that Brent said before that he was a big Maltesers fan, so I put 2 into
Yeah,
Oh,
this.
good.
Bigger man.
This is
Very smart.
exactly where the term election sweetener came from.
So, Brent, how are you feeling at this moment? You've just been given a brand new mix from the Prime Minister of Australia.
Look, if anyone's going to be having a stab at mixing, I'm glad it's Kevin.
Yeah,
But,
okay, great.
he's definitely done a good job of the mixing part of the challenge, yes.
Good luck then, Brent. Have the taste. No one's more nervous than Kevin here. Oh, that's the crunch of the malt.
It's gone right in. Initial thoughts.
He's taking the second
second bite.
Second bite.
You don't take a second bite if you're unhappy. How are you feeling,
Take the third one,
Brent?
mate.
It's got to be a great mixture. That is amazing.
That's it.
It's so yum.
Air punch.
He got it. He's been endorsed by the Mixmaster.
Brent, for you and fellow tradies, does that mean that you endorse Kevin Rudd tomorrow?
I endorse Kevin Rudd's Cinema Foods. Go in and get them today.
Would you chuck anything else in, or is it
What about your
perfect as
$6,000
is?
tool grant?
Oh, Tool Grant sounds great for the Ed Beater as well.
So
My favourite tool on the job has always been a jet ski. Could I buy a jet ski with the tool grant?
So, Brent, is there anything you'd changed? I mean, you are the Mixmaster.
No, it's definitely great. The Malteser crunch in the middle of the glue is amazing. Works perfectly.
And what does the underlying base of popcorn do for you? A certain sort of airiness, a flightiness. You
Adds
know.
an interesting surround around the Malteser, which is really important.
And most importantly, if you're on a building site, you could use it as fill.
It's true. Kevin,
In
good
lower
luck-
temperatures, yeah.
Good luck
Come on,
tomorrow.
guys, you can't get out of that base.
Oh, I'm gonna have a crack at this. I've
this
meant
is-
to also announce and say thanks everyone for being on the show today. But
There you go.
Can I definitely take it? Yeah.
it's actually very good.
Really good. You should go and get a job at that Cadbury factory where all those silly people work. That's wonderful.
Kevin Rudd, good luck
They're
tomorrow.
good people at Cadbury.
Brent, well done. Thanks very much for
No
being
worries.
part of it.
Great job, guys.
HamishAndy.com, video up there shortly, photos up there.
And if you want broadband, vote for us.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. Today, the topic is twins. Thank you for going to HamishAndy.com/topics, checking them out, adding your emails. People show, and that's how this show's built. But, Haim, I mean, the twin closest to this show, you would say, would be Brent the Mixmaster. A lot of people wouldn't know this, but Brent
I didn't know it either.
the Mixmaster is, in fact, a twin.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Brent the Mixmaster, he knows how to make brilliant foods with combinations of foods that already are out there.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a stroll down memory lane. The greatest hits of Brent the Mixmaster.
Concoction 1. Drink X. 1 part vanilla Coke, 1 part brown creaming soda, 1 part pink creaming soda.
Drink X.
It's delicious.
Give us a bit.
Concoction 2. Milo and chocolate milk added to Cocoa Pops.
Think of it as a light chocolate garnish.
It's so good.
Concoction 3. Sauce X. A Red Rooster, KFC and McDonald's sweet and sour combo sauce.
Is it the best?
It really is.
So impressive are his mixes, he's even judged the former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd on a cinema food mix.
It's got to be a great mixture. That is amazing.
He's been endorsed by the Mixmaster.
And ending there with an endorsement for the Prime Minister. The fact that he's a twin, we want to use against him today, Ham.
And we were wondering if we could use his twin sister to get inside, even further inside the mind of a genius.
Obviously, there's theories that twins, they can...
Twin telepathy. We heard from your twin earlier in the show, who did seem to know you very well.
He did. Brent's sister's called Melissa, twin sister.
Here's the thing, Ando. As Brent was the last time we had Brent on the show, he was in here with Kevin Rudd. Yeah. Kevin Rudd...
the then Prime Minister.
The then Prime Minister making a mad dash for another term, doing the right thing and getting the Mixmaster on side. Sadly, it couldn't save him. Well, sadly for him. I mean, we're apolitical on the show. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. As all that kerfuffle was happening, K-Rudd's in here with his Secret Service. There's media advisors everywhere. Yeah. There's a lot of busyness that day. Brent turned to me quietly and he said, You like a Parma, don't you?
Oh.
And I said... Yes? Yeah. I said, what are you working on, Mixmaster? And he said, I can't say. Oh. It's not ready. And ever since that moment,
Parmigiana world.
It's in the genus. It's in the genus of Parmigiana. We don't know what species.
No.
Now, here's the thing. His sister, A, knows him extraordinarily well, but B, could use telepathy to get inside his head, just tune into that world, because I want to know what Parmigiana he's working on.
Melissa joins us now. Melissa, are you there?
Hi, how's it going?
Very well.
Great, Melissa. Now, you would have grown up with Brent mixing all sorts of wonderful things together for you to eat as a child.
Yeah, definitely. He was always mixing stuff, food.
He's got a talent. He's got a talent. Now, we were hoping we could use you to crack open that brain of his.
Yeah. Do you have that telepathy with your twin brother, Brent the Mixmaster?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Right. We need you to think very carefully here and really focus in and think about him. What area of the Parmigiana do you think he's trying to perfect? Is it the meat, the sauce, the cheese?
It's definitely the topping of a Parma. Okay. He's worked on it for years. And
so you know about it?
To different pubs and places to find a perfect mix of Parma topping.
Melissa, what is it?
I'm trying to connect in. It's not barbecue sauce. He doesn't like barbecue sauce too well. Yeah, but it's a tomato sauce. It sounds like a Mon brand tomato sauce.
Mon brand? Mon brand? So you think he's bringing his own... You think he's bringing extra sauce to a pub meal?
It kind of sounds like there's 2 layers of sauce.
Okay. Well, do we have...
We've got
do we have him up? We've decided to use the other version of communicating with someone, which is telephony. He's on the phone, Brent.
Look, I've obviously worked on Parmas for years, but this most recent one is very close-guarded secret, and Melissa has no idea what she's talking about.
Brent, when can we get it, mate?
Yeah,
can we have a date?
When can we really push? We want to push this to a head.
Okay, well, I've been talking to my chef friend who works at a restaurant, because I obviously need the proper kitchen to get this mix going. And he's keen to prepare this Parma when we're ready.
When are you ready, though? By the next full moon?
What's that, a month?
I don't know.
Well, has anyone got a moon app on their phone?
Let's just declare the
next full moon we will taste the Parma.
I hope that's not tomorrow, because that's going to be tough.
No, I reckon the moon might be on its way back down. So you've got to go down to fingernail, then back up again, and then at that full moon we shall eat.
It's the happy hour, Hamish.
Okay, thanks, Brent.
Happy hour, Hamish Andy with you, and huge show tomorrow for a Friday. People must tune in. 3 p.m. is when the happy hour happens, because it's all about Brent the Mixmaster and a Parmigiana he's been working on. If you haven't heard of Brent before, he brings amazing assortments of foods to us, Ham.
He brings regular foods together and creates better ones. He developed an incredible soft drink that was made up of 5 other sub-soft drinks. Yep. Brought them together. He made the incredible sweet and sour sauce we had on the show. Ex-Prime Minister Kevin Rudd
went head-to-head with him.
And he sort of gave Kevin a reluctant thumbs up, although you could tell he's just being nice and respecting the office. And what he's done is on that day when Kevin Rudd was in the studio, all the commotion of the security detail and whatnot, he just leaned over and we said to him just off air, what are you working on next?
Yeah.
And he said, you like Parmas, don't you?
Yeah.
And we went, well, what have we here? This is something he's been developing for months. He thinks he's ready to do it. It has to be cooked off-site. We don't know where.
He was very coy about it when we asked him about it, when we gave him a call after Kevin had left. Brent, when can we get it?
I've been talking to my chef friend who works at a restaurant because I obviously need the proper kitchen to get this mix going. And he's keen to prepare this Parma when we're ready.
When are you ready, though? By the next full moon?
What's that, a month?
I don't know.
Well, has anyone got a moon app?
But the full moon is nigh, Ham.
The harvest begins this weekend, Andy. You would have seen virgins dancing in the street, throwing grains around to please the harvest gods this week.
I did, and Brent joins us now. Brent joins us now. Brent the Mixmaster, I know you've been coy and you've got one more day to, obviously, before you unveil it, but are you ready for tomorrow?
Oh, look, I've put all the preparations in place, hours and hours of testing and mixing.
Yep.
But yes, I believe it's ready.
Have you tasted the creation you will give us tomorrow?
Look, I've tasted it and I have shared it with the Brains Trust, and I think we're happy.
I understand you're bringing your wife along tomorrow for this unveiling.
Yeah, she wanted to be there to make sure that I'm not getting some chef help or something like that.
Yeah, right.
It's almost working for us. Now, we don't know where we're going. We wanted to keep that a secret. We want to find out at the same time that everyone listening to the show finds out. We think that's only fair.
Yep.
What we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to start the show in the car and then be in the area and have you call us on target.
So you have to call us at around about 3:07.
Yep.
Then you direct us to the place. We know it's not don't give away too much. We know it's some sort of restaurant or some sort of other venue you have to be at to create this Parmigiana. And just in case people are hearing this for the first time, we need to stress it's not just a fancy Parmigiana. It's not just one with pineapple and they call it Hawaiian. No. It's not just a Parmigiana with a little silver wig on it and it's a Tony Barbigiana. That doesn't turn up to lyric sessions when it says it would, like the real Tony Barber.
Yeah.
So it's not just a silly take. It's a combination of a Parmigiana and another food type, though.
Brent, is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, any last hint as people go to sleep tonight?
What if someone stops you? What if someone stops you today and goes, "What is it? Just got bolognese on it, mate? Is it an Italian one?"
It's already Italian. A Parma is, you'd say, Italian.
You're the best. You're the best. You'd shoot him down, and then.
But the Italians have had the Parma for too long, I think.
Yes,
great. Let's not turn this into an Italian grudge match. I am 1/8. My allegiances will be torn.
Look, Brent. Good luck. The moon is pretty full tonight. It's not totally full, but I look forward to being full of your Parma invention tomorrow afternoon live on the show. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Good on you, Brent. The whole show tomorrow will be dedicated to Brent's Parma.
You should come on the journey with us. It starts in the car. We'll receive the call. We'll get close to wherever this destination is. We'll meet Brent. We'll hear the ingredients for the first time. We'll sit down. We'll taste it. We'll adjudicate.
We will enjoy the Parma with you tomorrow. A lot of people are saying, writing into us saying that they're going to listen to the show tomorrow and by 4 o'clock, because they'll have lived the whole journey, they'll have enough time to buy the ingredients and make Brent's Parma for their family and community. Parma parties scheduled in for tomorrow night, just before the weekend. We encourage you to do it. We'll see you tomorrow.
In 1645, God invented the chicken. In 1744, the Irish invented pigs, and thus ham. In 1815, the Italians added tomato and cheese to these ingredients.
Insert tomato and cheese sound effect.
To create the Parmigiana. Now, in 2013, one man has decided to add a new food to chicken Parmigiana. Brent The Mixmaster.
Cause nobody can do it like Mixmaster.
Brent.
Like Mixmaster.
Brent.
Like Mixmaster.
Brent.
Look, I've obviously worked on Parmas for years, but this most recent one is very close guarded secret.
Today, Brent unveils the Parmigiana to end all Parmas. An event so secretive, no one knows what the new ingredient is. This is Parmageddon.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Look, I'm nervous, Hame.
Joining me in the car is Andy Lee. Good afternoon, Andy Lee. I'm Hamish Blake. And good afternoon, Australia and the world, on this momentous occasion as we dedicate the entire hour today to Brent the Mixmaster's Parma. For those joining us for the first time, Ando, quick backstory on Brent.
It's the happy hour, everyone. It's one topic per day, and today the topic is Brent's Parma. Brent the Mixmaster is a person that wrote in saying that he developed a drink using the combination of regular drinks available to everybody. It turns out the drink was delicious.
In the hands of the right man, the drink was... those ingredients are stupid. Yeah. Well, no, they're successful drinks in their own right. Yeah. But in the hands of Brent, they became something special. And that's really his skill. He's able to combine household items, regular pieces of food that you and I would know and not give a second look at. Yeah. But he combines them into something more special. Today it culminates. His Parmigiana.
Yeah.
What's he done to it? What's in it?
We don't know.
How does he do it? And what's it going to taste like?
The secret is...
Where are we? We're in a car.
The secret is so much that he has just told us to drive to a suburb. We're in a street. Looks pretty overgrown, this street. Doesn't look like it's his
remarkable.
house.
Your average street. Oh, that's a nice reno. They've done a... Yeah. Sort of got a lot of yuccas and it's a weatherboard. Yeah. They've done that up, but it would have been a bit falling down previously. So you get the idea. Yeah. Some houses have been done up, some haven't. There's a bit of an overgrown park.
We are waiting for a call from Brent. Ham, with an hour of the hour show on Tuesday dedicated to Ham, and this show dedicated to Brent's Parma.
Which could include Ham.
Yeah. It's officially the most airtime we've dedicated to a meat in 1 week.
Pigs are getting a huge run this week. Ironic, since our sponsor is Australian Dairy. Yeah. You would have hoped that cows, specifically the white liquid found at the bottom of the females, was getting a better run. And we hope Australian Dairy doesn't mind that pigs have featured so heavily in this week's show.
It surpasses the 7-way tie we've had with the Logie spit roast parties in the past with dedication to a meat. But it's pretty exciting that Ham, your name's that, but also Ham, will it be the key ingredient today?
We don't know.
Is he switching that
We
up?
know that, all we know is Brent has combined it with something. Are we on our way to a Mexican restaurant? Are we on our way to a Chinese restaurant? We know it's a type of location. It could be a restaurant. That's what everyone's on the edge of their seat to find out. He said, if I tell you where you're going... Yeah.
You might try and guess it.
You're going to guess it. It's not what you need to know at this stage. So we've followed his instructions. We're sitting here in a suburban street. We're awaiting his call. We'll go to a song now. Yep. On the other side of this, hopefully Brent calls in and talks us into location so we can get into the restaurant or wherever it is and start enjoying this Parmigiana.
So the topic is Brent's Parma. If you've just tuned in... Ooh.
Is that Brent?
No. Not a Brent.
Sorry, if you just tuned in, we're sitting in a car. We're in a suburban street where approximately we could be 5 or 10 kilometres away, probably about 5, no more than 5 k's away from where we're going to eat this Parmigiana. Brent the Mixmaster, he's a man that's mixed up many regular foods into better foods for us on this show. Today, it all culminates in Parmageddon. He says he's been working on this Parmigiana for... In his words, over a year. Crazy. His sister was on the show. She was mentioning that he won't tell him exactly what's in it.
He's bringing his wife down to make sure everything goes correctly.
He's never...
told us he had a wife.
He's never told us he had a wife. Obviously, she's the perfect mix of her two parents. He does enjoy things being well mixed. He's also never... He's never let his bragging get ahead of his talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's told us things are good in the past before, but he's not a blowhard.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a blow exactly right. He blows just right.
Can I throw...
I'm all up for confidence. I just don't want cockiness.
Can I throw a Parma fact at you?
Here we go.
The Parmigiana is being claimed by 2 cities as to where it was invented.
You probably have Parma in Italy.
No, it's Campania.
Yep.
and
Gina.
Sicily.
Siciliano.
So, and I know you're Sicilian.
Si.
1/8 Italian, Sicilian. Anyway, do you think this is a Sicilian dish, the Parmigiana, or do you think it's from Campania?
Interesting question, but also relevant, isn't it? Because now it's going to become an Australian dish.
It is, isn't it?
Whatever Brent's going to do to it today is going to be fantastic. And that's the thing. We're sitting here, we're waiting for his call.
Yeah.
Until he calls us, we won't know where to go. And we're waiting for Brent to ring us and say, listen, the Parma is ready.
Yep.
Come to the restaurant. Or it might be his house.
Well, I'd like to also thank Happy Lassie Chelsea Ham. She works at a pub. And they have a Parma night, a lot of people do, and she said, we'd love to open up the kitchen to the Mixmaster. Now, thank you, Chelsea, but we put this to Brent, and he said, no, there's only one place. Apparently, we're not going to a pub either.
It's not a pub?
Well, I don't think it's a pub. He said there's one place and only one place he trusts. I think he's
Get it.
in
What is it?
cahoots.
Is it an embassy? Is it a...
He's in cahoots with the chef of some description.
Is it a fast food place? Maybe he's got a mate that owns a Macca's, and this is somehow a McParmigiana. Which, just as I'm saying that, I think they've done it. I reckon they did do a type of Parma burger.
It feels like it was in a longer...
Could have been a longer bun. Hannah.
Oh.
Is it him?
I don't know. That's no number.
Hello?
G'day.
Is that Brent?
It is Brent The Mixmaster here.
Oh, yes. Well, thanks for calling, Brent. We were running out of padding.
We're in position. I was going to read an email from a guy called Josh who just wants to blend foods up, but we don't have time for that. Are you ready for us to approach the location?
Yes, all systems go. You are clear to approach.
Well, where are we going?
I'm down at 40 Railway Avenue.
40 Railway Avenue. Okay, I'll put that into Google Maps. Okay. Oh, we're a bit further away than we'd hoped.
How far away are we, Endo?
We're going to have to rush. Start the car. I think we're like 2.5 kilometres away, I think.
Oh, that's all right. Brent, keep the Parma warm.
So,
head check, indicator, handbrake off.
So what are we looking
We're gone!
But Brent, what are we looking out for? We're driving. I'm just putting my seatbelt on.
In the front window, we've got some light globes illuminated. They're lovely decorations.
So is it a Macca's?
No.
Right. Is it a fast food restaurant?
I wouldn't say it's fast food, no.
All right. Well, we'll get on the road. We'll be pulling up near your place very soon. Okay.
Okay.
See you, mate. Bye.
See you, Brent.
See ya.
Okay, we heard it, guys. We'll play another song here.
Yeah.
We're on the move. Repeat, Hamish and Andy are on the move to the Parmigiana. Everyone stay calm. This is it.
The happy hour, Hamish and Andy. Tension is building. We are on the road. Thank you, Australian Dairy. Well done, Australian Dairy, I repeat. But, Haim, we are now on the move. You are driving. Obviously, we've got hands-free equipment, so don't pester us about that. But
I wasn't going there.
But we're heading to the place where Brent, the Mixmaster, has been working on a secret Parmigiana for many, many moons.
First one after the
railway. The railway line here is where we want to go. Railway Street. Yep. Railway Avenue.
We're on our way to the Parmigiana.
He wanted to create this at a secret location. We've only just found out it's on Railway Avenue.
Well, he said, we should explain why we're not in the studio today, because he said, I can't bring it into you. Yeah. I need something else. Whether that's a commercial kitchen or another place that's specific to the extra ingredient he's adding, we don't know. Is it a person? Are we on our way to a church? Did it need to be blessed by a priest at the altar? Probably, because I would worship this Parmigiana if, in fact, it's the right mix of ingredients.
Well, if he can deliver like he has in the past.
And let's be honest, before we get to Brent, he's playing in a very dangerous area.
Yeah.
The Parmigiana is one of the most tinkered with foods on earth.
Yep.
Everyone has a go at it. Bolognese on it, pineapple.
Yeah, for Hawaiian Parmigiana.
A layer of chips under and above it. Mega Parmigiana, 2 Parmigianas.
A Parmigiana.
I think there's one.
When you put like a sort of American sauce on it.
Parmigiana Rex.
We're close. So we've just
this is off the shop. It's a strip of shop.
Into Railway Avenue.
It's not fish and chips, is it?
No, you see, we're looking for globes.
Dry cleaners.
What number was it?
32, 40? Was he say 40? Oh, here, there it is. What is this?
There's the globe.
Indian. What have you done, Brent? What is this? Indian Parmigiana. Parmigian.
Okay, I can't see the Mixmaster, but...
Well. I wasn't thinking this, Andy, and it's
there
clever.
He is. There
it's
he is.
Clever. This is clever.
Okay,
this just got really good, guys. This
there
is
he is.
smart.
And look, just to paint the picture, we're about to get out of the
Indian
car.
restaurant.
It's windy. There's a bit
windy
of rain. It does remind me of that last stretch in Lord of the Rings, where they're trying to get to the top of the mountain.
Mordor. I don't know if it's Mordor.
I don't think it is. Okay, there's Brent the Mixmaster.
Oh, God, it is windy, isn't it?
Oh, gee, it is windy. Well, okay.
Brent.
Welcome.
Of course. Indian.
It is.
Indian.
We didn't think about the Indian. We didn't think about it.
Welcome to Indians again.
When you said... Great name for an Indian restaurant. When you said Australia's had the Parmigiana for too long, Italy's had the Parmigiana for too long, I thought you meant Australia was going to take it back, but you brilliant United Nations genius, you're giving it to India.
I am.
He's giving it to India. He's giving the Parmigiana to India. Indians rejoice. Indians rejoice.
We've got to head inside and we'll sit down. We'll go to another song. This is the lowdown. Both of us are freaking out. I do like garlic naan, so I'll have some of that to calm me down. Indian, happy hour.
It's not a butter chicken Parmigiana, is it?
Wow, it's a happy hour. Hamish and Andy, and there's two pretty happy guys here. They're Hamish and Andy. Yes, we've set...
Can I just make a speech?
Yeah, well, is it the scene for everyone?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Whoa.
sure. Just quickly.
Okay.
The show is all about Brent's partner, Parma. Brent the Mixmaster. He's the magic man of bringing two regular food items, things you might see every day, combining them to making a superfood. He's been talking of a Parma. We gave him to the night of the next full moon, which is tonight. I think actually tomorrow night, but we wanted to squeeze it in for a Friday.
Yes, yep.
And we've come together with you, Brent. You've just at an Indian restaurant. We didn't know what type of restaurant we were going to. Have a speech.
Thank you, Andy. Hi, everyone. My name is Hamish. I just wanted to say a few words here. When I first heard the news of Brent's new Parma, I'll be honest, I was scared.
Yeah.
As we said, it's a pretty heavily tinkered with food.
Yes.
Yeah. And no one wanted to see you bite off more than you could chew, so to speak. When we pulled up outside and I saw that it was an Indian restaurant, relief flooded through my body.
Yep, I agree.
Pride also flooded through my body because it's a brilliant idea. I don't even know what you've done yet. But before we hear it, I'd just like to say 3 cheers to Brent for coming up with this genius idea. We don't even know what it is, but you're in the right ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. We've rocked up to the stadium and we love the facility.
We love the facilities, and I can only imagine how the game will go. I'll let you guys eat. Thanks for having us. Not often you do a standing up speech to 2 other guys at the table. And Brent, what have you got? Can you tell us?
What have we got on the cards?
Okay.
Because we threw around a lot of things.
Yep.
And Indian never came up. Mexican did.
Mexican did, and I didn't like. We already had Mexican for lunch, so thank you.
Okay.
Talk us through it.
When you go to Indian, there's lots of different breads.
Yes.
And they're yum, and there's heaps of them.
Yeah, you got your naan, you got your garlic naan, you got your papadums.
All different types of naan.
Roti.
You got so many naans, cheese naans, garlic naan, all sorts of naans. I love the naans. I mix them together, and I add them to a Parma and some butter chicken sauce.
It's a
butter chicken parmesan. Hang on a second. How are we mixing?
Okay, so you can get garlic naan, you can
Yes.
get cheese naan.
Yeah.
You mix that together and make cheese garlic naan.
How do you mix it? Like at the dough stage?
Yeah, at the dough stage. So
Right.
it's into the tandoor with cheese and then gets brushed with the garlic.
Wow.
Then you've got your schnitzel,
On top of
the
that.
Parma base with butter chicken sauce on it, the naan wrapped up.
Oh, so it's a
Wraps
bird.
the Parma.
We don't need plates and knives and forks for this.
Well, it's pretty messy.
Okay.
Can we just go through it one more time, the physics of this dish? So we've got the bread.
Start with the schnitzel.
Yeah, on the plate. So
Yeah.
schnitzel on the plate.
Yeah, and then you put the sauce on it.
The butter chicken sauce, which I
love.
I mean,
Really
if you
small,
weren't
really
using
small.
if you weren't using butter chicken in this situation, I'd walk out.
Yeah.
So well done.
And then you get the garlic and cheese naan and wrap the schnitzel up into like an enchilada type.
Right. And
Parma.
so
You wrap it out so it hugs the whole thing.
now, is there any ham?
No ham.
No, so the cheese is coming through the naan. That's the cheese. That's
Well done, and that's sort of respectful to the Indian tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, India is a vegetarian country. Obviously, we need chicken, so that gets a free pass. But you wouldn't want to see any other meat sneak in. So it's an almost vegetarian. It's apart from the chicken, it's a vegetarian dish.
It's a vegetarian chicken.
It's a vegetarian chicken parmesan, which is great because it's sort of respectful to the origins of India.
With the buttered chicken, just one more thing to clarify.
Yes, yeah.
Is it just the sauce or is it a curry? The butter chicken curry. So are we getting chicken on chicken?
No, you're not getting chicken on chicken.
Sorry.
That's an overkill on chicken.
Yeah, sorry, no, it's just the sauce, which is, if I'm right, it's a sort of a cashew cream tomato cumin, is it often in a butter chicken sauce?
And is replacing, is it cumin or human?
Human.
Many cumin beans out there that understand. Okay, and then, so that's replacing the Napoli sauce?
Yes, yeah.
Great, so we've got 2 switch outs. Fantastic. We've got to go to another break.
So, just to finish this sentence, dear Italy, we stole your Parmigiana. You're not getting it back.
Yep.
Love India.
Yeah.
Cop that.
Cop that. Yes, cop that.
Happy hour. Hamish and Andy, we're back for the official taste test. We're not out of the woods yet here, Mixmaster. It sounds terrific.
We love the venue. It sounds great on paper. How does it sound in our mouth?
After this. Brent's Parma is the topic today. Should thank Australian Dairy, legendary stuff. Have you tried to mix anything in the dairy realm?
Yes, I love milkshakes. So I've experimented with milkshakes before.
Yeah, right. What if to be the pin-up boy for Australian Dairy? What's been the most?
You get a huge sponsorship out of this. They give you a cow.
What's the most legendary mix that you've made? We should point out to everybody we're currently in an Indian restaurant talking to Brent the Mixmaster, who is the single best person in the world at combining 2 foods to create superfood.
TGI's do a milkshake with a bit of it's the Snickers. It's got peanut butter in it.
Okay.
So I've experimented with that. Usually turns out pretty well.
Okay, Brent. This is how long have you known this place? I mean, we didn't know until 15 minutes ago that we were arriving at an Indian restaurant. This is your local?
Yes, yeah. I live 2 minutes up the road.
How come you've got access to it after hours for us to come in here and do this? I mean, you good friends with them?
Well, the Mixmaster name kind of got in there and they were excited to work with us. It's a high-level chef. And so they opened the doors and let us in and they were really excited and very helpful.
Yeah, right. Have you mixed things within there?
Is this your lab? Are we in your lab, essentially?
Yeah, it's the Asian side of the lab. There's a few corners of the lab.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been thinking of this Parma?
This one's got a good... I moved here 12 months ago, enjoyed the Indian. It's got a good 12 months of, working on...
What we're about to eat today is a 12-month run-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the other side of this hand, though, we are going to have Brent. Does it have a name, this Parma?
There's 2 Parmas. Bombshell. There's 2 Parmas.
Hang on. Sorry. We were just told we'll bring you out one Parma, which had... Okay.
I have Parma X, which is your standard Parma. Then I've got Parma Triple X. It's hot.
Right. Okay. So
Triple X hot sauce, and it's...
So Parma X, just to recap, there's naan, there's the chicken, the schnitzel aspect, there's the butter chicken sauce.
Yes.
And the naan is a cheese and garlic naan.
And it's all wrapped.
So exciting. When we pulled up, I saw the fish and chip shop, and I thought, what have you done, Brent? No, you've screwed this up. It wasn't fish and chips. It is the Indian restaurant. After this song, we eat Parma X.
Getting towards the business end of what's been a nerve-wracking day, Ham. There's been slight relief on our part. We should point out 1 topic per day. Today's topic is Brent's Parma. We're sitting in Brent's local Indian restaurant, a place we didn't expect to be.
We didn't.
Where he has improved the Parmigiana.
Combined it with a whole new subcontinent of flavour.
Yep.
Talk us through it again just one more time.
So we've got your schnitzel, which is the base of every Parma. It's got buttered chicken sauce on it.
Brilliant.
It's wrapped in garlic and cheese naan, and it's yummy.
And
it is.
And these guys were just happy for you to come in and do this on a day. I mean, where'd you
What's the name of this restaurant again?
Indians Again.
Indians Again.
Yes.
And how did we come up with the name of Indians Again? Were previously the previous owners of the restaurant Indians and you reopened?
Actually, it was a Thai restaurant before.
It was a Thai restaurant?
Yeah, and then before that, it was an Indian restaurant. So we just said, you know what, Indians Again.
Yeah, great.
Guess what, guys?
Surprise!
And
Indians again.
then if you sell the business and some Thai people open it up, guess what? Thai again.
Thank
you very
cheers,
much.
guys. Cheers. Let's have a look back. If you not familiar with Brent the Mixmaster's work, let's have a quick look back as to how we got here.
Brent the Mixmaster, expert food concoctionist. Concoction 1, drink X. 1 part vanilla Coke, 1 part brown creaming soda, 1 part pink creaming soda.
Drink X.
It's delicious.
Give us a bit.
Concoction 2, Milo and chocolate milk added to Cocoa Pops.
Think of it as a light chocolate garnish.
It's so good.
Concoction 3, Sauce X, a Red Rooster, KFC and McDonald's sweet and sour combo sauce.
Is it the best?
It really is.
So impressive are his mixes, he's even judged the former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd on a cinema food mix.
It's got to be a great mixture. That is amazing.
He's been endorsed by the Mixmaster.
Oh, what a beautiful trip down memory lane, Ham. But the hard thing about having such success in the past, Brent, is it's a new game. And it's a new forum, and we're about to smell and taste the new creation, and we're all hoping, and whole of Australia's hoping it lives up to the expectation. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the end result. Through a lot of trial and error, we've come up with a really good product, I think.
How many times have you been in the kitchen out here at Indians again?
Today was the first time.
Indians again.
Yes.
Indians again.
Today was the first time I actually ventured into the kitchen, but they were very welcoming. And,
Where'd you source your Parma from? I mean, they're probably not normally serving Parmas here, are they?
yeah, I had to locally source the schnitzel from IGA.
So not a chicken farm.
No.
Which is usually the case that it's locally sourced.
So do they have a deep fryer there? So they've fried
Yeah.
the schnitzel.
Yeah, they've fried it.
Indians
yeah.
again have fried the schnitzel. Yeah, perfect. So it's restaurant quality.
Here it comes.
This is it.
Here
Ladies and
comes.
gentlemen, would you all rise for
outstanding
Parma X? Andy just moving the imitation LED candle.
Yes.
There it is.
Parma double X.
That's a Parma double X?
That's the Parma, yes.
It's just some extra sauce. If you
Oh
need
my
to.
God.
Just to let you know, it's double X.
All right.
Double
all right.
X, so fairly hot.
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean,
So that's the spicy one.
That is the spicy one, yes.
And I mean, you don't like spicy food, would you
Is there
like
a normal
me?
X?
There is a normal, should be coming.
So
Yeah,
do
great.
you
We'll
want me to do double X and you do?
Well, I mean, I want to be there for the taste. I mean, I'll take one now.
No, I wait. But I'm saying, do we want to do both at the same
We
time?
hadn't anticipated for this, had we? Should we go to a song and come back and we've got both of them? Should we sit down? We're all standing.
We're all still standing.
To anyone outside, there's 3 guys standing around a table in an empty restaurant.
So let's describe the look of it. It's come out.
Is this just Parma X?
Yeah, this one's the Parma X.
Oh my God.
Presentation is beautiful.
I love you. You can smell the
It
garlic.
looks like a great pastry dish almost now. It looks, it's not far from
almost a panini.
Panini or
Which is another small win to the Italians because I know they want to claim the
Yes,
Parmigiana, but you're stealing the whole dish back to India.
Yeah. We're going to go to a
Brilliant,
song.
brilliant.
We'll come back and do the
I have to
official.
wait for a song.
Well,
Okay, no. Make it a quickie.
Yeah, sure.
Go now.
happy hour. Hamish and Andy. Gee, this is exciting. Drum roll from Hamish's Cutlery. We are inside Brent the Mixmaster's local Indian restaurant. Brent, in the past, has combined regular, everyday foods with other foods to make them superfoods. Today, Brent, it is a Parmigiana like no other. It is an Indian-based Parma. It's a garlic cheese naan, which is wrapping around the schnitzel, and there is a buttered chicken sauce.
Correct.
The drum roll finishing with a fork to the beer. Cheers again to their excellent creation. Luckily we did go to a song because they've come out piping hot, and you always have to check your temps in any situation.
I'm just lifting up the naan and seeing a bright orange schnitzel at an Indian restaurant is exciting. You don't get crumbed chicken at an Indian restaurant.
I am going to watch you take down. There's 2 Parmas in front of us. One of them is Parma X, which is the regular one. There's a hotter one, Parma Triple X, in front of me.
I got enough of everything
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's good, man.
My
Good luck,
mouth
eh?
is going crazy. It's flooding in there in anticipation. It loves the sights. It loves the smells. The taste test, is all that remains.
It's gone in his mouth now. He's licked a little bit of the sauce.
It is fantastic. It really is fantastic.
That's great. Talk us through how you're feeling. Okay.
You get a good kick, and this is just the egg, so this is going to be spicy.
Okay.
You get a great tang from the sauce.
Yep.
But the schnitzel aspect, the crunch of the schnitzel is so new as an experience with this butter chicken sauce.
Yeah.
It floods you with excitement, and there's no mistaking that you're eating a Parma. You're not eating an Indian dish. You're eating a chicken Parmigiana. Then you get the smoothness of the bread. That's when the cheese comes into play.
Yeah, okay.
You forget about the cheese. Cheese is a crucial ingredient on a normal chicken Parmigiana.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's true. In presentation form here, the cheese is wrapped on the inside, so you don't know the cheese is there, and then it starts running at you late, does it? Is that what you're suggesting?
What?
Sorry, Hames got his mouth full of cam.
It's like cheesy crust pizza.
It is, yeah.
Cheesy crust pizza.
The schnitzel base, the crispiness absorbs all of the butter chicken sauce.
Yeah.
And just loves
get
it.
more sauce.
You get more sauce.
Because the breadcrumbs are holding onto the sauce.
Yeah, right. So you're not losing any sauce to the outside. That's incredible.
And then you get that cheese hit. It is like a cheesy crust pizza.
But butter chicken flavoured.
The butter chicken flavour.
From the tandoor.
And there's no mistaking it's a schnitzel, Andy. it's absolutely amazing.
I'm just proud of you, man.
Oh, good.
That is, well done. 12. We rushed you. We put pressure on you. You've come through under pressure. Haim's not going to speak for a while because he's into that.
Look at that.
We're going to wrap up this show. Photos at hamishandy.com. Hats off to Brent.
So good.
So we've got time for hamishandy.com/topics. If you've just tuned in, get the podcast, hamishandy.com.
It's like a meeting with Mona Lisa. It's like, can you imagine Da Vinci going to his mates, look, it's just a picture of this girl. I don't know if it's good. And everyone stands around there and go, no, Leo, it's good. It's really good, mate. You haven't talked it up enough.
I'm going to charge into the Parma.
It's just great.
Parma XXX. See you, everybody.
I can't believe people are walking past outside like this is just a normal day.
A few people that can just turn up, though, are those that have happy hour gold-coloured watches.
Yes.
If you're a watchman or woman, you are authorised to attend any Hamish and Andy event. You flash your watch, you get instant access. That goes till the end of time.
Yeah, we should point out, if you've just tuned into this show, the highest honour in this show is a happy hour gold-coloured watch, and people of brilliant...
There's 7 circulating.
Yeah.
Tell you one man that's got them. He's got one of them. Joins us on the line now. Brent the Mixmaster.
Brent the Mixmaster.
How are you, mate?
Yes, I'm good. How are you guys?
Well, we are so good. Now, look, we know you're Melbourne-based, and
I am.
The end of the year show is obviously in Sydney. I happened to glance my peepers across a text message you sent that said... You sent it to Cackling Jack. You said, look, I'm interested in getting to the end of your show with my watch. Then I quote, and this is the sweetener that will be music to Adam Levine's ears. I've been working on a summer drink. I don't know if the guys would want to make a big batch for everyone at Wet and Wild. Let me know from the Mixmaster. Brent, could it be true? Could the Mixmaster, the man famous for mixing everyday household food products together, could there be a Christmas drink?
We've got to give the people something to do over Christmas.
Oh,
we've got to leave them with a drink.
This is great.
This is enormous news. Now, when Adam Levine hears that, all people will hear is the sound of a spinning chair and a flapping door.
Exactly.
As he runs to the airport.
Call off the pudding drive. We're not going to need the $100,000.
Can you give us, do we want to know a bit of what's in the drink, or do we want to save it for the day?
Well, no, you definitely want to save it. All I can tell you is it's ice cold, and it involves a good Christmas present idea for fathers and brothers and anyone that likes drinks.
So hang on, so Brent, are you going?
Is it alcoholic?
Are you going to come to Sydney?
Yeah, it's definitely going to come to Sydney.
Great, fantastic, Brent. And because have you told your boss that yet?
No, I'm just about to call him this afternoon.
You should just send him a picture message of the watch and your ticket, and he'll know.
He'll know.
He'll know what it means.
So do you think, Brent, that we should learn anything about the drink before the day, or just leave it all of the day?
Oh, I think you should leave it all on the day, which happens to be, the day is actually my birthday. So you know it's going to be good.
Oh, the holy day.
Fantastic.
The holy day for those that subscribe to the religion of Mixmasterology.
So Brent, normally when Hamish and I say, no, we're going to save it, we're going to leave it to the day, we haven't thought of it yet.
But you've thought of it.
You've thought of it, haven't you?
There are 3 contended batches,
Yeah.
which still need a bit of whittling down, but I've got, 10 days, did you say? Or
Yeah,
something
10
like that?
Oh,
days.
you got ages.
Yeah.
I got to the next full moon, I think.
Another full moon challenge.
Thank you, Brent. Great news, Ham. Gee.
Can you imagine making a huge batch of whatever it is and pouring it all down one of the slides, and we just slide down with Adam Levine
It's
nude?
almost for people that are coming.
Yeah.
It's almost come for a 10-kilo pud and the best summer drink known to man.
Stay for Levine.
Stay for Levine, if you can be bothered.
What a day.
Haim, it is Dream Week. We're just tying off loose ends, preparing for the last show of the year, and thank everybody for being with us. We're 2 days away from that. People will know that over this year, a new hero emerged.
Yeah.
Brent the Mixmaster was his name. He comes up with excellent concoctions, but based on everyday foods and drinks that are regularly available to the layperson.
When we walk past this food and drink all the time without giving it a second thought, Brent does give it a second thought. Then he gives it up to 10 more thoughts.
Yes.
Because what he does is he combines regular foods. He was responsible for a soft drink called Drink X.
Yeah.
He then
Sauce X.
He then made Sauce X, which
Yeah.
was a brand new type of sweet and sour sauce.
Then Parma X.
Parma X was, if you people that heard the show, was essentially taking the Parmigiana into the world of the Indian restaurant, and it was sensational.
Moments, I suppose a couple of weeks ago, we had Brent on the show and he dropped another bombshell.
Could it be true? Could the Mixmaster, the man famous for mixing everyday household food products together, could there be a Christmas drink?
We've got to give the people something to do over Christmas.
Oh,
We've got to leave them with a drink.
This is great. Joining us now, here's Brent. Now, we've been trying to kind of milk out of him, what are the ingredients of this Christmas drink. He will be there on Friday to present the drink. But Brent, how are you, pal, first up?
Yeah, doing great.
Yeah, great.
Awesome, Brent. And now, you know that there's a huge chance Adam Levine from Maroon 5 is going to be there on Friday at the final show.
Yes,
Is it the kind of drink you feel like Levine would enjoy?
From what I've heard of Maroon 5, I'd feel like he'd enjoy this type of drink.
Yeah, right.
There's a clue.
So
I'd be very impressed if anyone gets the ingredients based off it's the kind of drink Maroon 5 might enjoy based on their music.
Brent.
Yes.
Give us how many ingredients is going into it? How many different bits and pieces are thrown in? And are they all drinks that are making a new drink, or is there an outside ingredient?
Look, I've toyed with a lot of outside ingredients. Turns out they're not in drinks for a reason, because they taste bad.
Yeah. So
the words
all
of a genius.
Yeah.
So they're all current drinks. And
what makes it Christmassy, do you think?
Nothing particularly, apart from summertime. So it's Australian Christmas.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Would you reveal, how many ingredients are there?
There are 3 ingredients.
And what's the drink called?
Good question about that. I was thinking of Drink X. Turns out it's taken.
What about Drink Xmas?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's very good. Where were you? About 2 hours ago. I was trying to think.
He was just here. So, Brent, you came up with a different name.
No, I didn't. I just came up with Drink X. But I was actually going to call it Drinks Xmas. So
there we go. Well, Drink Xmas. I think you just heard that.
Is that what you're going to call it?
Yeah. Great original thought. Brent, talk us through what is in Drink Xmas.
Okay, so it's summertime in Australia, and everyone likes Slurpees.
Oh, yes, they do.
Okay,
already, I'm impressed.
I really like Slurpees, Brent.
All right, so the first ingredient is obviously ice, which is the Slurpee machine.
Yep.
That doesn't count as an ingredient. That's just the base.
Yep.
And then it's 3 drinks that get added into that.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is passion fruit. It's the Pasito can of Pasito.
1 can of Pasito? Check.
Yes. It's a summery passion fruit, it works. Then there is 1 can of Red Bull energy drink.
Oh, okay. 1 can of Rouge Bull.
Yes,
check.
Got to start a little later as daylight saving kicks in. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you've got the summer, you've got time to play. And the last thing is Cotties, apple and raspberry cordial.
Wow.
How interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jack.
And
good instinct.
what quantity?
Well, that's a real fine line. I think you kind of just have to add the apple and raspberry until it, because if you put in too much, it just takes over everything.
Yeah, add to taste.
Add to
Yes,
taste.
yeah, that's it.
Is there a colour you're looking for specifically? I mean, would you be able to see this in form and go, well, that's the right colour for it?
Yeah, I've got I've got a little graph that I hold up next to it, and then when it's in that, like a pH level thing, and then...
Brilliant. Okay, and so there's no alcohol in this drink?
No, there is an extra ingredient for at the Christmas when the kids go to bed, but yeah.
Yes, Brent, fairly friendly. We look forward to seeing you Friday, mate, where obviously you're entitled to go because you've got to earn yourself a gold-coloured watch.
Can I just say, we'll be drinking Drink Xmas on Friday with you, Brent, and as a special announcement to everyone that attends, we have organised sombreros for everyone attending the show. Special collector's edition sombreros that have "I Met Adam Levine" spray painted onto them, so everyone can remember meeting him.
So that's good. Yeah, so expect one of those. Thanks, Brent. So happy hour, Hamish Andy. I mean, straight after this, throughout the whole year, Brent the Mixmaster has been coming to us with amazing foods. He puts together combinations of regular foods that you and I might walk by in an aisle in a supermarket and go, well, they can't be put together.
Exactly.
Well, we're idiots.
We are idiots.
He's the Mixmaster.
He's a genius.
He's got a new drink for us after this. Happy hour. Happy hour. Hamish Andy with you. First Streets Ice Cream. It is the dream day of Dream Week, Ham. We're all charging towards seeing whether the dream that you had back in June comes true.
About half an hour away from Adam Levine coming. You guys excited to meet Adam Levine?
Well, again, stop.
It's called either revving the crowd up or pumping them up.
Or heavily disappointed.
No, I'm the hype man for Adam Levine.
I know, but if Adam doesn't come.
When I say Adam, you say Levine. Adam. See, they're pumped, man.
Look, I'm standing next to a 10-kilo Christmas pud, which has been
This
delicious.
is just a little sound of the pud. That's from Pudding Lane. Bloody brilliant pud. Should I have a slice of pud?
Why not? Why not?
Actually feels like some sort of budget kind of mid-morning TV show, but even worse because it's on radio. But I am just carving into the pud now. Jeez. Never cut into 10 kilos of pud. I'm going to carve out a wedge of pud. Is that the correct, or should you carve it like a turkey?
It's a huge wedge. It's a giant. But anyway, we're not
sorry, Brent.
This is not meant to be pudding based at the moment. This is meant to be. We're talking about Brent, the Mixmaster. People may know he is a watchman, which means wow.
Sorry, the wedge has just come out. Let's have a round of applause for the wedge of pud, guys.
It's a giant pudding wedge.
I really feel like this is Lion King. Just holding up the wedge to the crowd.
Anyway, bit of decorum. So here with Brent the Mixmaster, people, regular listeners of the show would know that Brent has been on the show a number of times. He first talked to us about Drink X. He then made a great sauce.
Yep.
You met Prime Minister at the time, Kevin Rudd.
Yes, yep.
And he tried to win your vote by mixing up his own foods.
Right.
Night Watchman Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, the pinch hitter.
And you said that you're working on a Christmas drink for us.
Yeah, I would say it goes great with Christmas pud.
Wow, that's good.
That's exactly what we need, because I got a huge wedge of pud over here.
So talk us through Drink Xmas.
Okay, so summer in Australia, quite hot.
Yep.
So you need a base of Slurpee, which really cools the backyard barbecue down.
Mm-hmm.
Another good Australian thing is cordial. We've got apple raspberry cordial.
Yeah, great. Too true.
Also, Kirk's Pasito, passion fruit
So
flavoured.
not Passiona.
No, we've gone with Pasito, supporting those local Australian jobs.
Good on you.
And then
this is really feeling more and more like morning TV, but I love it. Okay, and
then we've gone for the big American brand, Red Bull.
I think you'll find it's Austrian, but
It's Austrian.
yeah.
Anyway,
Dietrich
supporting
makes
them
shits.
too. Australia, Austrian. It's all good for them.
Yes. Aussie.
Aussie,
all round.
Austri. So that's great. So you've got 3 classic Australian drinks there: cordial, Pasito, and Red Bull. But what's the ratio?
So most of it's Pasito. So it starts with a 50% Pasito,
Right.
and then you got 40% of Red Bull because you want that.
Wow.
You want that energy
Wow. Jeez, hang on a minute. Okay.
So this isn't one to pack in the kids' school lunch.
Okay, great. So you're really awake come
If you want
Christmas
to
night.
You want a big Christmas night, yeah. So you have this for lunch and you're up all night.
Yeah, and then
this drink might see you through to New Year's.
So then we finish up with 10% cordial.
10% apple raspberry cordial.
Has to be apple raspberry. Now I've got a small confession to make. I got a bit carried away pre-show and I drank some.
We're meant to be all doing this together.
I know.
We've handed out to
but
all the
I
crowd
can
members
say,
here.
and I can say without building up the excitement too much, it's amazing. Again, Brent, you have not let anyone down.
Well,
no one's let anyone down today unless Adam Levine doesn't turn up, and then he and only he has let us down.
All right, let's set the tension here. Everybody has their drinks ready for Drink Xmas.
Disciples of the happy hour, raise your cups.
I know.
And on the count of 3,
It does seem a bit weird.
drink your non-poison, and we stress non-poison cordial.
And we'll see you in a happier place. As a angle grinder fires up at an unfinished water park, prepare to sip and sip.
First maths drink. What's the vibe? What's the vibe? I'm just going to run out to the crowd, Ando.
Yeah, sure.
Got here happy hour celebrity, Chili Squincy Bones. Chili Squints, first of all, it's an honour.
How's it going?
Yeah, good.
What do you think of Drink Xmas?
Brent, it's epic.
That's a hit!
2 watchmen talking to each other live for the first time since Andy and I talked to each other.
It's the happy hour, Hamish Andy.
What do we do with a cursed item? We shouldn't even. No way we should touch this with our hands.
Yeah.
This watch.
No.
This watch is the poison. It's the poisoned watch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the black watch.
It's the black watch. Hey,
Probably we open up the post pack and it like hisses and some acid comes out.
Brent the Mixmaster, he stepped out of his field here, Ham. He's got a suggestion for
Great.
the watch. He said, I know that we're looking for a bottomless pit. He's travelling to Greece later on. He's going on a journey on a small yacht, and he's happy to throw it in the deepest area of the Aegean Sea.
That's lovely, but even the Aegean has a bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not bottomless.
And I also think that the watch would float.
Sometimes very high-end watches will float to prove they're not witches.
Also, even though we trust Brent the Mixmaster,
Witch or watch?
we wouldn't dare give him
Well,
the
if we
chance.
give him this one, he's got 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he does have a
and
watch.
temptation would be too much. Yeah.
And
Any other suggestion?
I mean, he'd have 1 in the black watch. He'd actually have no watches.
Because it really is
it's
like a
not-
black hole.
It's
It
worth
sucks.
-1.
Okay.
But I'm getting into legal jargon that will bore people.
In around about 25 minutes' time, Brent the Mixmaster is coming back in.
He's the people's hero, Ando.
He knows how to grab everyday foods that you can just get normally on a supermarket shelf, combine them the way no one's ever thought of combining something to make a superfood.
He's very, very smart, and I'll give you an example. We were talking about chocolate once, and he said, I do mega Cocoa Pops. And the Cocoa Pops were Cocoa Pops with chocolate milk. And that's where a lot of people would stop.
Yeah.
Because they go, oh, I'm a genius, I've combined things. He added Milo sprinkled on the
But
top.
a very light sprinkle.
Such a light sprinkle, but it made all the difference. And that's why he's the best.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't stop at the obvious point.
He's
coming up. I'm fanboying. he's coming in and he's doing something great with chocolate, guys.
Joining us in the studio, round of applause, everyone, because the Mixmaster is back.
A watchman.
The Brent the Mixmaster. For those of you who don't know of his wonderful talents, he can combine everyday regular foods together to make a superfood. The last one was the Parma at the Indian shop. That's where we last saw you.
No, Drink X.
Drink X at the
last
end of the year
show.
last year, Ando. He took care of our energizing drink.
Drink X was amazing.
And it was incredible.
If you had too many at Christmas, you buzz for 3 days.
It was a real festive drink.
Well, was that Drink Triple X or something? Wasn't the original Drink X?
The
Two types of Coke.
and a creamy soda.
Yeah.
But that was Drink Xmas for the Christmas.
That's right, Drink Xmas. My mistake.
It was beautiful. And look, it's been, you had a wonderful summer, and we haven't needed your talents. I mean, we always need your talents, but generally the way this works, it's sort of a reverse Batman role.
Yeah.
Rather than us calling for you, you'll come to us when you've created something.
That's right.
And you're ready, except for today.
No, this is different.
You've been challenged.
He has.
Now,
SmackDown.
This is the hard thing about being the world champ. You're the world champ at mixing everyday foods. Guy's written in called Timbo, and he's thrown it down. He very simply says, I'd love to challenge the Mixmaster one day to a chocolate bar fusion challenge. He said nothing can beat his ultimate recipe, he claims. He calls it the bar.
Okay.
Now it's not your specialty chocolate bars, but
You weren't even thinking about this.
No. Well, the challenge was out, so I have to...
put some...
But I mean, you woke up this morning, you had no idea this was going to happen.
No idea.
You're just another day as the Mixmaster. You're trying to renovate your house. You've come in here in your work gear. You've got your boots on and your flanny.
And we're thrilled with the quick turnaround. But Mixmaster, you've thought about it and you've gone, I can create a great chocolate bar.
Yep.
Maybe one greater than Timbo's.
Hopefully, yes.
The way this is going to work, everyone, is after this song, Brent's and Timbo's chocolate bars have been made up.
Yeah.
We're going to hear what's in them, but from Jack, because we don't want either Brent or Timbo to let on which ones is which.
The only way we can do this fairly is a true double-blind test.
Yeah.
Andy and I will have no idea whose is who. We will have a sample of each.
Yep.
We're going to have Timbo on the phone. He's in another state.
Yep.
And God have mercy on your souls, whoever loses.
It's after this, the happy hour. And this is very exciting, Ham. The Mixmaster, Brent the Mixmaster, is still in the studio with us. For those who don't know, Brent, you've been on the show numerous times, putting together everyday foods in a different way, some ways that people would never have dreamt of, but making a superfood he's never missed. He even
never missed. Your crowning achievement. Yeah, Kevin Rudd, the ice cream for Kevin Rudd.
Yeah, he loved that.
He loved it so much he stopped campaigning, ultimately lost the election. And he'll probably look back on that and go, well, it was a bit of a good news, bad news scenario. You made an ice cream for him. Your crowning achievement was the tandoori parmigiana,
Yep.
which was
how's that shop
stunning.
going?
It's great. They've got a photo of us up there.
Yeah,
you can go
terrific.
and visit and check out the Parma Nana.
Parmigiana.
Nanajana.
Nanajana. Yes, it had naan in it, guys.
It was. That was stunning.
But there's a new fellow in town. He's put his hand up.
He's not going to be the new Mixmaster, Brent.
No.
That title's safe.
He's still a mix apprentice, really. Let's say.
But he joins us. Timbo, thank you for joining us, mate.
Hamish and Andy, how you going?
Yeah, we're
really
great,
excited.
Timbo. Sorry you couldn't be here in the studio with us. You are in a different state, but
sorry about that.
you and again, for both our competitors here, we must stress you don't mention any of the specific ingredients because Andy and I don't know which of you has created which dish we're about to try. But Timbo, how long have you been combining? Is it combining two chocolate bars? Your idea?
Yeah. Look, it actually originally came a while back when I was trying to think of a really cool dessert, and I thought, man, chocolate bars are pretty cool.
Don't tell us.
I'm not going to say anything, but it's
true blind test.
So you've been doing it for a little while.
I've been doing it for a little while for dinner guests and stuff, and they're pretty happy with my mixes.
What a treat to get two chocolate bars for dessert. But now the Mixmaster woke up this morning thinking he was just going to be another day renovating his house.
Yeah.
What do you do? Putting another story on or extension out the back?
No, just zhuzhing it.
Zhuzhing it. He's woken up to Zhuzhi's house today. Little did he know the throwdown would happen from Timbo, from him to state.
Look, I have to say, I've got so much respect for the Mixmaster.
Yeah,
so much. Like, I think of him as a sensei, really.
Yeah, you can come and paint my fence if you want.
So Brent has stopped zhuzhing the house and decided to zhuzh up some chocolate bars of his own. Cackling Jack, you know the ingredients of both of them. Would you mind telling us, as the dishes come in, what is the ingredients of the two dishes? As Timbo waits nervously, I'm sure Brent has got the heart pumping as well.
Well, there's only, as you see him come in here, you might be able to have a guess, but there's only one type of chocolate bar in each mix.
Okay.
So the first one you're looking at there is a banana with chocolate, Cadbury chocolate split down the middle and inserted inside, and then covered in melted chocolate to make it essentially a banana-shaped chocolate bar.
So it's actually a real banana.
There's a real banana in the middle of
There's
this.
a real banana in the middle of that.
And you have to melt down chocolate around it, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And the chocolate in the middle holding it together is melted as well.
Wow, okay.
The second one there is a Milky Way,
Yep.
a bit larger than your normal fun-size one.
Yep.
but not a full bar. It's been...
You can see the small raspberry lollies in the middle.
The raspberries are actually fresh raspberries.
Fresh raspberries.
So by coincidence,
interesting.
Two fruits
So
used.
both are fruits and chocolate. So we got a Milky Way. What's the melted?
And then that's Yogo, chocolate Yogo inside the Milky Way. The Milky Way's been gutted out.
Okay.
So can I just go back to the banana again? Essentially, this is it just a chocolate covered banana?
And chocolate through the middle, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, one type of chocolate the whole way?
One type of chocolate, yeah,
Okay,
Cadbury
great.
all the way.
Okay, great.
I'm just going to cut it open so I get a bit of a cross section.
Okay, so Hamish and I are now...
I see what. Yep, slightly mashed almost in the middle.
Oh, wow.
So the banana's cut in half in the middle.
Yes.
That's impressive.
True
So
banana
we're
split.
going to put a photo of this up at the web, everybody, because it does look amazing. Haim, do you want to have the first taste?
So I'm going to try the banana.
I'll do the same.
I know this might be hard
Really
for people
feel
to
like
visualise.
George
at the moment.
Callan-Barris and Matt Preston here.
It's a banana that has been split and there's chocolate in the middle of that split. Then it's completely covered in chocolate.
But a fresh banana.
Okay,
Right.
we move on.
We now move on to the Milky Way tops and bottom with a
Yogo and raspberry in the middle.
That's good as well.
Oh, God, this is really good.
Well, can we both say you've had great success?
These are wonderful desserts.
We're like,
These are outstanding foods.
Mate, my heart is beating so fast right now, eh?
Do you know, for me it comes down to one thing. Whoever it was had the idea to put Yogo in with the raspberry and the Milky Way, because raspberry Milky Way is, that's one level. But the idea to put Yogo in because it does have that funny slippery texture that does complement that dish extraordinarily well. I lean towards the raspberry and Yogo.
I tend to agree. And who was responsible?
Timbo, I don't.
You're kidding.
Maybe it came down to the fact. I'm so sorry, but what a performance from the champ. But Timbo, look, maybe it did come down to the fact that you weren't here to personally prepare it.
No,
It was
because I think
probably that.
it looks brilliant.
It's a great idea, but for me, it was a real blast of Cadbury. You're relying on Cadbury a lot in that dessert, whereas in the Milky Way. It's a very much a team effort. Mixmaster, talk us through your thought process.
Oh, can I just say to Timbo, one of the base rules of being a Mixmaster is 3 ingredients. So if you can get that third ingredient and get them all to work, that is usually a success.
How about we slide some peanut butter through that banana?
Yeah, that is a great idea.
Oh, mate,
Timbo,
I can't believe it.
They're both fit for the Queen or Angelina Jolie, the two most important and fussiest eaters in the world.
I've just had another bite to reaffirm my decision. No, Jimbo, you did a great job. But Mixmaster.
I don't believe. Look, I think I focus more on the actual technique of mixing rather than the mixtures itself. I think that's where I.
And it seems like yours.
Listen
would
to your
be-
sensei.
Timbo, it seems like yours would perhaps even be harder to prepare. But the photos are straight up at HamishAndy.com. Timbo, well done, and thank you for presenting the challenge. You got yourself 4 coasters
With the Mixmaster's autograph on them.
Oh, yes!
Thanks, Timbo. It's the happy hour. Dan, what was your situation where the person who's meant to know it all went, I've never seen this before?
Well, I was hanging out with one of my mates and we were using one of those Kentucky torch things and the wick dropped into the bottle.
What's a Kentucky torch?
Oh, like a mosquito torch?
Well, yeah, one of the ones which you fill with kerosene.
Oh,
It's got the
tiki
little
torch,
wick
aren't
in
they
'em.
called?
You can take them on Kentucky tours. Whatever you need to do to Peacock, because it's a pretty competitive environment on a Kentucky tour.
He got his finger stuck in there and we went to the hospital and the doctor came and had a quick look and he's like, oh, I'll come back. And we saw him hiding around a corner, kind of sticking his head out looking at us. And he came back, he's like, to be honest, I've never seen this before. I don't know what to do.
You made the Wall of Fame at the emergency room. Terrific.
Yeah, and the funniest part was the guy who got his finger stuck is actually a friend of yours as well, Brent the Mixmaster.
Unbelievable.
That is great.
The darker side of a genius.
Which, that would have been scary, wouldn't it? I mean, people who don't know who Brent the Mixmaster is, he featured on this show, or the Happy Hour, we're on at 3 o'clock, where he can take any food, regular food from a supermarket, combine it with other regular foods to make amazing dishes.
To mix things together, you do need 2 hands.
Exactly.
Because you've got one ingredient in one hand and the other in the other. So thank God he was released from the torch.
And to my side of the fence, our emails get split 50-50.
Yep.
This wonderful email came in from one of our favourites, Brent the Mixmaster.
Oh, God, yes.
Now, people may know that on this show, Brent has a superpower. He can combine ordinary, everyday foods to make them a superfood.
It started with, I think the very first thing he did for us was a chocolate combination.
Yes.
Which was chocolate Big M into Cocoa Pops. Everyone's going, big deal, mate.
Yeah.
Then he put Milo in it.
Yep.
And that's the kind of level he goes to to really make you step up, your taste buds step up and say, this is incredible.
He beat out Kevin Rudd when he was Prime Minister in a mix-off, in a dessert-based mix-off.
That's easy. He invented the Nana Jana, which is an Indian Parmigiana.
With naan.
With naan, wrapped in naan.
Yes,
that was
beautiful.
stunning.
He then went away on his honeymoon. And he joins us now because he's travelled the world and he's seen more foods. Brent, welcome back.
G'day, guys. How's it going?
Brent, we're so good. A lot of people were worried that marriage had slowed you down, that maybe you'd hung up your mixers.
Tell us about the honeymoon. How much was it, obviously, lovemaking and having a great time versus just concentrating on what the next mix might be?
You don't actually have to tell us how much lovemaking you did. But
I've actually been married for 4 years already. It was just, the trip to Europe.
Oh, sorry.
What are you trying to get out of me?
So not a lot of lovemaking.
It's Paris, you know how it is.
Yeah,
it's very romantic. And Paris, really, the home of the gastro revolution. I mean, for people that are into food, French cooking's where it all began.
Yep.
I mean, the French are known for their creations. Did you look at what they've done? Hundreds and hundreds of years of culinary expertise.
Probably scoffed at it.
Brent, did you bow your beret or did you laugh at them?
I went to Paris and they didn't have much to offer in the way of amazing mixes. I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, right. Where did you find the best mixes available?
Well, I had to go to multiple countries to bring them together before I could make something, satisfactory.
Hang on, so have you got a new food?
There is a creation.
Wow.
He's come back from his Europe trip, not his honeymoon, if you've just tuned in. He's been married for 4 years. He's come back from his...
There was some love making.
From his Europe trip. He's in love with his wife, and he's had a great time there, but he's come back with a creation. Are we talking one creation that's got an international flavour?
Yeah, I've really worked on one creation. There's lots of sightseeing to do, but we also dipped into the food.
Where does it sit?
Yeah, sweet or savoury?
It's like a main meal type thing.
Yep.
And where does it sit in the hierarchy of your achievements? Do you feel like you've made the next great album?
Well, the Brent the Mixmaster cookbook really needs to beef up some international meals.
Yes.
And before it can really get released.
Yeah, it would be nice to have the front cover, you wearing sort of like the traditional outfit of 20 different countries. That's how I see the photo shoot going down. Should we ever do a cookbook?
Well, Brent, if we were to, do you need a kitchen for this thing?
Yes, it's
warm.
up there with the technical.
Okay, it's
factor.
Okay, it's technical.
Sure.
What if we
were
to
send you on a bloody fact-finding mission for you to come back and just?
Why don't we do the last show of the year, which is this Friday? Why don't we do it from near a kitchen?
Yep.
Invite some people along, and Brett,
could we premiere your food?
I will cater the event.
Wow!
If we could premiere your food as the last show of the year, and I'll say this. It's the last ever happy hour this Friday, and if the food is good, we will remember the happy hour fondly. And if it is not, we shall have hated our time at the helm of the happy hour. And Brent, could you handle those steaks?
Have I ever steered you wrong with
You've never steered us wrong. You've never, ever put a foot wrong mixing your foods.
We'll delete the archives.
Yes.
The show will not exist if you fail us
Never
this time.
mention it again if it fails. If not, if it's successful, we'll remember it as the greatest thing we've ever done.
Brett, any more teasers before Friday, or you're still going to remain
just
tight-lipped?
Could you give us one ingredient without giving away the food?
Look, I'll just say I visited Italy and I visited Greece, and they were yum.
Okay,
I hope it's got a bit of a gyro feel, maybe.
We're going to see him on Friday.
Spaghetti bolognese gyro.
Look, mate, he's the Mixmaster, not yourself.
I'm just an idiot.
It's HamishAndy.com for anything you may have missed.
Just a fan of his work, trying to be him. I'm I'm a fat guy at the back dressing up as Lady Gaga. I'm not Lady Gaga. I just love what she does.
HamishAndy.com for anything you may have missed. The podcast is there as well. We've only got 4 more shows, but one of them will be triumphant. The Brent the Mixmaster is back.
Don't miss tomorrow's show. Andy is going to try and get at least one thing correct off Claire's husband list.
We'll see you then. Our final week for the happy hour this week. We should point out that Friday, Ham, we announced yesterday that Brent the Mixmaster, a man, look, more of a hero, a phenomenon, a legend that has a gift of being able to combine regular foods and making them superfoods.
He is a legend, Anna, and he is a hero. And we're not just saying that because we spent most of yesterday's show going, how was your honeymoon? You've just got married. And he said, I've been married for 4 years. This was just a regular trip to Europe where I discovered some new foods. So by no means is our lashings of compliments on him to get ourselves out of that awkward moment. He is going to unveil on Friday's show his latest creation. He has never let us down.
One that he thinks is his best.
I'm so excited. I'm starving already thinking about it. This is the guy that bought us the chicken nanajana.
Yeah, we will.
Butter chicken wrapped in a naan. You know, if you were listening to that show, you would have heard some great stuff.
Hey, we're going to dedicate the whole show to it, which is probably not even enough.
It might be enough, Ando.
It might be.
It's going to be so amazing. We're going to need to take about 6 months off to just shake it out.
I mean, it's a kind of event that should be simulcast over all radio stations, but apparently some of the gooses over at Nova.
Oh, come on, guys.
won't
come
take
on,
it.
Mix. You say you're new and fresh, but take the bloody simulcast.
Yeah, exactly. So that's disappointing.
Anyway, that's our own axe to grind. We'll continue to petition them.
Ever the showman, Hamish and Andy are risking the entire legacy of the happy hour on a single roll of the dice, risking all they have built on how a single mouthful of food tastes. Reintroducing happy hour legend, Brent the Mixmaster.
You've done it again, Mixmaster!
Oh, no worries, bro.
Today, Brent the Mixmaster walks among us to deliver his final creation, which, if deemed to be tasty, seals this show's reputation as the greatest 3 to 4 p.m. show of all time. But if the dish is bland, it will condemn the show to the radio wasteland. It all hinges on this dish for Hamish and Andy's final ever happy hour.
Hamish Andy with you for the final ever happy hour, and boy, is this exciting.
Coming to you guys from the exclusive venue of the staff kitchen here at the radio station. And
fine dining, though, mate.
Fine dining. So fine dining. We've got tablecloths. Well, I think they're actually rain protectors, but they're being sold loosely as tablecloths to our guests here.
They are 2 holes off being a poncho, aren't they? They are 2 cut-out holes.
Just every table covered with poncho material and plastic cutlery, because today is our last show / first ever degustation that we've ever done on the happy hour. For people that are brand new to the show,
welcome.
Sloppy timing, because you've come to the last show of all time.
You've effectively walked into the credits of a film.
What's going on here? You've got the wrong cinema, but do stay, because we might have some funny outtakes after the credits. Today on the show, we are joined by Brent the Mixmaster. He's a hero of a man. He's been with us across the last couple of years. Started off just suggesting an idea once upon a time, and he's turned into a favourite of the show.
Yes.
He mixes everyday foods together. He's done it several times on the show before, and he's done it flawlessly. He just got back from an overseas holiday, and he said, guys, I've got a new one. I've got a new invention. And
I said to him, did you discover this on your honeymoon?
And he said, guys, I've been married for 4 years. We went, all right, Brent, well, we haven't read your player card properly. But nevertheless, you still did go on holidays. He's got it for us today. We don't know what the dish is, and we're going to find out later in the hour. Currently, we're in the kitchen. We've got a lot of happy hour family up here with us.
We've asked them to dress up, but it's an amazing look, isn't it? We go to HamishAndy.com, we'll have photos up there, but people have had obviously rushed. Some have rushed their outfits, some have put a lot of effort into it. But we, on the most part, I would say semi-formal.
Semi-formal to formal.
Because half the people are formal and half the people look like riffraff.
Got a few T-shirts with a loose bow tie thrown on it, a few stripper bow ties around bare necks.
Exactly.
But that's all right. I mean, if we had our time again, we would have made the dress code stripper bow tie.
By the end of the hour, we'll be presented with this dish.
I think we can talk to Brent. He's currently...
Are you out there in the back in the kitchen, Brent? Can you hear
shielded from us. Brent, how are you going?
Yeah, good. I'm just mixing it up as we do.
Are you nervous?
Are you saying that, or is it already prepared?
There's a 3-step mixing process, which...
3-step?
Oh, geez, he gives more away. Very exciting.
Sounds like, I feel like you're just deliberately banging utensils to make it sound like you're doing something.
It's hectic back here. There's lots of mixing to be done.
He's literally sitting there with it in the oven, just banging utensils around.
We are in the staff kitchen, everyone. We'll let you go there, Brent. There is a big screen in between us and Brent, but he's only about 15 metres away. We can't see him. Hey, there's so much to get through this happy hour. The whole legacy of this show rides on whether that dish tastes good. But before all that, Tim-O-Matic, I've
been selling his autograph all year. I have a gift. I have a talent. I'm able to sell Tim-O-Matic's autograph.
Talent's not selling them. Talent's doing them.
Talent's doing them, and I'm able to sell my art. Obviously, you and I are about to take 6 months break before coming back to do Drive next year in July.
Yep.
What will happen to the business? We will deal with that next.
Happy hour! Hamish Andy with you. It's our last show of the year, Haim. We sit here in the staff kitchen.
Exclusive VIP venue of the staff kitchen. Apologies to the rest of the company because we have taken over the staff kitchen.
But thank you very much for these people coming down to see our last show, Ham. Also dressing up semi-formal because we do have a tasting later on from Brent the Mixmaster. But more importantly than all that is the fact that Brent the Mixmaster, regular man, amazing hero.
Yeah.
When it comes to food, has been preparing...
We can hear noises. That's because his microphone has been turned on. He's separated from us here in the kitchen by a big black screen. Brent?
Yes, I'm here.
You still sound busy, which I call foul on. It just seems like you're making too much noise. Maybe it's the microphone, but you're busily squirreling away in the kitchen.
Yeah, I am actually mixing.
Okay, so Brent...
Is there cooking involved, or is today's meal just mixing?
No, there was cooking involved, but a bit of prep goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The great thing about your dishes is you combine regular foods into concoctions that no one's ever thought of or tasted before.
And then they taste brilliant.
So you're really more of a mixer than a chef. But it is phenomenal. Will we get to find out after this song what the meal is?
Oh, I assume so. Yes, you'll be eating it.
Well, Brent,
great. Well, we've got a bunch of people here who are all sitting in front of placemats and cutlery and have been for 45 minutes. So it's probably time we ate.
Happy hour. Hamish and Andy with you. And guys, would you please make welcome from the back of this staff kitchen that we're in, Brent the Mixmaster.
A hero's welcome. Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Brent, how are you, mate?
Brent, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Take a seat, buddy, over there. I know you've been mixing for a while.
It's hot in the kitchen.
Yes.
Again,
that's where they are.
Much like me thinking you're just banging around utensils, it just sounds like the kind of thing you'd say.
As they say, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Go and do a quick interview in the staff room.
We are at the staff room here at the station today. Everyone's dressed up for a formal dinner. Brent, this is the most dressed up we've ever seen you.
I've never seen you in a chef's hat.
For a mix. Yeah. How's that feeling?
Yeah, it feels comfortable. Yeah. Like, probably going to go look for some chef jobs, but...
Good. This is where we get to ask. To remind people, back in the day, we did stumble across Brent the Mixmaster. What was the first ever mix?
I think it was Drink X, wasn't it?
Yeah, Drink X was the very first mix.
Can you explain that one again to everyone?
So we had brown creamy soda, red creaming soda, and also vanilla Coke.
Yes.
Hard to get, great to taste.
Which was their slogan at the time.
No, Drink X, I think, was also hard to get.
I remember mixing that up at the time because that was just when we knew you over email and you'd ring me for the show and I was mixing it up at the time and I was just sort of going, it was just probably a slow day and I'll give this a go. It's not going to taste that great. And when it hit my lips, I couldn't believe it.
It was,
I went, this kid has talent.
Yeah.
This is something far more superior than what we thought it would be.
Exactly, because it's the subtlest of ingredients, isn't it?
That's what we love most about your recipes and your mixes, Brent, is the subtlety.
Then I think you probably cemented your place as the mix master with the Nana Jana.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's probably my favourite mix of the mixes.
Yeah. Okay, tell everyone about that one again.
So we had the Parma wrapped in naan, garlic and cheese naan.
Beautiful.
With butter chicken sauce.
Yeah.
Spread throughout.
And that's the amazing thing because you had to source the schnitzel and then bring it to the Indian restaurant.
Yeah, they didn't know how to cook a schnitzel.
Yeah. And that's what you're doing.
You said sauce as in find a schnitzel.
You have to locate a schnitz
and
bring it to the
Then
Indian
butter
place.
sauce it once you get there.
And that was a beautiful thing. I mean, not
every man on earth turns up to an Indian restaurant with an esky with schnitzels in it and an instructional booklet for the chef.
You came back from overseas, Brent.
You've been in Europe.
You emailed us, you said you've got a new mix. We said, let's dedicate a whole show to it. In fact, let's stake the reputation of this whole show on this last mix.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's how confident we are.
What is it?
Do you want to know now?
Well, can I have a few guesses? Because we've been sitting here smelling a few things wafting over the divider, because the kitchen's divided from the
It's happy hour appropriate. It's what you would eat at a happy hour.
Okay, great. Because I'm smelling... I mean, a few people have picked up garlic, I think. Just a hint of garlic. And maybe... I want to say egg. Is there any egg in it?
No egg, no.
Right.
Good decoy. You've probably fried a few eggs to put me off. So I'm out of guesses.
What is it, Brent?
All right, so I was in Italy and I saw the pizzas. They were good. Went to Greece.
Pizzas, yep.
Gyros, like a souvlaki.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Pizzas, souvlaki, hot chips.
Why hasn't anyone done this before?
You've just gone...
Yeah.
That's how your mind sees it.
Yeah, sorry. Let me put it in layman's terms.
Exactly. That's like...
Explain the shum.
That's like kind of Matt Damon, back in the day for Good Will Hunting, where he can just see the mathematical equation. We don't quite understand it.
Okay, so you go to the pizza shop and you get your small pizza.
Mm-hmm. What flavour?
Margarita.
Okay.
Margarita. Does it have to be thin base for wrapping?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Wow, you're doing well.
Well, I'm just thinking ahead, but
Margarita,
keep going.
Yep.
So you ask them not to slice it. Important step.
Yeah. That's a crumbly wrap.
Then you take it to the suva shop and you ask for the meat and the fillings of souvlaki. And you put it on top of the pizza. Then you have to go to the fish and chip shop.
Yes.
Get the chips.
Yes.
You go back out there, Brent. You go back out there. We will do the official taste.
He just didn't even need to finish. He's jumping out to a hero's exit, if there is such a thing.
It just felt like a Steve Jobs moment, didn't it? When he starts unveiling something, and everybody doesn't even need to get to the end of what he's saying. Everyone just goes,
"Guys, let me finish."
Bloody done it.
No, it's not for sale. Oh, okay.
After this, I mean, it already seems so right.
Margarita wrapped around kebab meat with chips on the inside. And that's what you get when you go to Greece and you buy a kebab or a gyro or a gyros, as they call them. They throw a few chips in. You don't get that a lot in Australia, and it is a secret ingredient.
We'll test it after this, Ham. A taste test. We'll stake the whole reputation of this entire show. In fact, we might retire for 6 months if it's not good.
And if it is good, we might be so shocked we have to take 6 months off.
Happy hour! Hamish and Andy with you. The final break of this show, Ham, and the final break for 7 months.
And
we'll be back in July, everyone.
We're coming back in July
to do the drive show back at 4 and 6 around the country.
Yeah, we're coming back in July, like it or not. Yeah. But we are just seeing here if we're going to end on a triumphant high note,
and thus
crash into and burn into radio infamy.
Exactly. It's whether this show will be remembered fondly or not remembered at all.
Yep. Or like there's millions of shows that have been on radio you wouldn't even remember.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't remember one. Like a Lowy's Hot 30. It was all right at the time, but, it's... I'm not even going in personally, but it's just one of the shows that sort of comes and goes. We don't want to be that, Ando. We want to end on the highest of high notes.
Yes,
and that is what that's why we've gambled the legacy of the show today on a concoction that Brent the Mixmaster, one of our favourite ever contributors to the show, that he's put together. He's just revealed what it is. He was travelling through Italy. He was travelling through Greece. He was eating gyros, which are kebabs. Or suvas to depending on where you are in Australia.
And we should say Brent is out the back now. Start bringing it out, Brent, and as Hamish describes it.
And he was also eating pizzas. And he thought, why haven't... I mean, you've got a bread base in your gyro. Yeah. And pizza essentially is a bread base. It's the best kind of bread. Yeah. Why haven't people combine them? He's just bringing it through the crowd now. And people, there's oohs and ahs.
You've got a lamb and a chicken.
Oh, wow.
I hope I've got the lamb. That's fun.
I'll swap it.
Great, thank you so much.
We'll play our strengths. Yeah.
Play to your strengths. Always play to your strengths. What we've got essentially here is it's a margarita pizza wrapped around the gyro meat. Now, Brent, you suggest finding a shopping strip where there is maybe a pizza store, a fish and chip shop, and a souvlaki shop.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Do you tell the pizza store guys to just don't have to cook it too crisp?
Be careful of that.
Okay,
you'll get a snapping souvlaki.
You don't want that.
No,
I know.
I just had a chip. That's all right.
I know, but we're broadcasting.
Yeah, I know. I haven't tasted the actual meal. We're building up to that. But
Yeah, I know, but you still have to participate in chat.
well, had I not been dobbed in, I probably would have got away with it. Because as you can hear, my mouth is clear now. Dad?
It looks tremendous. We're about to do the tasting.
Yep.
I'm a little nervous because, like we said, we've put the reputation of this show on.
Might have a sneaky sniff.
How's the sniff?
It's really good. You can actually smell... I mean, it smells like... First thing you think is it smells like a souvlaki, but you can smell the margarita, the Napoli.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Well, Haim, let's collect our thoughts before the taste.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reputation of the happy hour hangs in the balance. The legacy of 2 years of happiness will be decided in one short mouthful. Here we go, as Hamish and Andy take a bite of the dish whose name I don't know yet, as I recorded this before we knew what the dish was. Gentlemen, take your bites.
True, obviously, we had to get that done this morning, and we didn't know what the dish was.
Do we have a name yet, anyway?
Gee, Brent, does this have a name?
I'm just calling the happy hour snack in honour of the happy hour.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean, can't really see it going wrong from here. But, true to our word. You ready?
1, 2, 3.
That is wonderful. Is the garlic sauce on that?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, you knew it! It is amazing!
It's so good! That's what makes the difference. That is what makes the difference.
I didn't expect the garlic sauce.
I didn't expect the garlic sauce. That is stunning.
And
it's cheesy as well. You love a bit of cheese in your concoctions. You're a man that's not afraid to use cheese, and I bloody salute that.
And the good
that
news
is so good.
The good news for everyone who joins us here in the staff cafe, dressed semi-formal, Brent's made enough for everyone, guys.
God, we're coming out. We promised you a meal. Brent, it's unbelievable. It's the perfect mix of Italy and Greece.
Yep.
It's just... I'm speechless. Yeah. It's such a bit... Somewhere, probably in heaven, Pavarotti and Zeus are eating this meal together, having a big old laugh. Now looking down upon us going, finally the mortals have the secret.
Brent, thank you so much,
What
mate.
a legend.
Congratulations.
The show is now remembered as the best show ever. Tell everyone.
Thank you for being with us for the entire couple of years where we've been doing the happy hour.
The cheese holds it together.
Like we said, Ham, we will be back in July to do Drive.
Yep.
You can go to hamishandy.com, check out the dish and anything you may have missed. We'll have a couple of best of podcasts going up as well.
Guys, thank you so much for listening and being part of the happy hour. And thanks to all the team here that help us put the show together behind the scenes.
Danny O'Grady, well done, my
the
friend.
best in the biz. Jack and Jez and Trav and Lizzie and Willie. It sounds like he's Scottish, like groundskeeper Willie. He's not.
But we appreciate everyone out there listening, and we'll catch you next year, hopefully.
Have a great one, guys. He does a lot of sidesteps.
Stick around, everyone. Brent the Mixmaster.
What are you going to do? 200 sidesteps, and we'll meet you back here in a few minutes.
He's going to join us, Hamish Andy. Slurpee Flavour Fest is on now. 13 never before slurped flavours. And Haim, the reason why I say that is because we're going to draw our attention to food. I know we go there easily. But I feel like...
Go there often and stay there, I say, like Fiji.
But I feel like our listeners appreciate it.
Well, Ando, everyone needs food, but on top of that, everyone needs flavour.
Yep.
And flavour you don't get as often as you get food. That's why, really, what we've come up with for this week, I think, is a huge service to the community.
People may or may not have heard of Brent the Mixmaster. He's featured in this show heavily in the past.
Yeah.
And Brent, I mean, we're going to talk to him in around about 6 to 8 minutes' time, Ham.
Set your clocks. Start your hand claps.
But Brent's superpower is taking everyday foods, everyday available, often from fast food stores, and combining them in a way that you wouldn't normally or traditionally do, and making a superfood.
You and I walk down the supermarket aisle and we just see sauces, we just see cereal, we see biscuits, and like robots, we just put it in our trolley, we pay for it, we eat it one at a time, munch, munch, munch.
just like a Disney cartoon, like,
Exactly.
just dun, dun, dun. Very, very boring standard lives. And that's society. Brent doesn't see that at the supermarket. He's like the Matrix. His brain is going crazy, thinking of all the possible combinations. You probably have seen him in the supermarket sprinting from one aisle, like holding aloft some Sultana brand, sprinting and then grabbing a handful of like maybe Ice Magic and cinnamon.
Yeah, and
you go, what's this guy up to? And then you go, wait a second, of course, that's a brilliant new cereal. Now, obviously, I'm making that one up. His are a lot better than that, but he just has a gift for combining everyday foods.
He has never missed. Even when he's thrown out an unusual combination, he has never missed. Was this
the first thing? Are we about to play audio of the first thing he ever brought to us?
His first three.
Concoction 1. Drink X. 1 part vanilla Coke, 1 part brown creaming soda, 1 part pink creaming soda.
Drink X. It's delicious. Give us a bit.
Concoction 2. Milo and chocolate milk added to Cocoa Pops.
Think of it as a light chocolate garnish. It's so good.
Concoction 3. Sauce X. A Red Rooster, KFC and McDonald's sweet and sour combo sauce.
Is it the best? It really is.
So impressive are his mixes, he's even judged the former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd on a cinema food mix.
It's got to be a great mixture, that is amazing.
He's been endorsed by the Mixmaster.
Kevin Rudd himself came before Brent the Mixmaster when he was the PM.
Yeah. Now he lost the next election.
Yeah, that's right. He probably was focusing too much on food combos because he got a G up from Brent.
But you talk to anyone, you talk to a Kerry O'Brien or a Laurie Oakes or someone that's in the know, and they will tell you he only lost by as small a margin as he did because Brent. I mean, if Brent can't get you across the line, no one can. So he was never going to win. But it was at least reduced his humiliation a bit. The fact that he came in contact with Brent the Mixmaster just before the election.
Last time we had Brent the Mixmaster on, he explained that you go get a margarita pizza.
Yep.
You ask them to not put it through the whole toasting machine, but instead pull it out early, then go next door to the kebab shop and use the margarita pizza as a wrap for your kebab housing.
That's the level Brent's playing at, okay? That's where he's at. And a couple of his combinations in the past have required cooperation between restaurants, which we fully endorse. And he does have the gift of the gab. He is able, obviously, to let the pizza guys know how he wants his pizza, to let the kebab guys know I'm going to be in a second, get the lamb ready. And we tried the pizza kebab at the end of last year. Blew our minds.
It was great. We were just talking about Brent the Mixmaster, Ham. One of our favourite guys in the world. He's featured in this show around about 2 years ago and then steadily came back with cracking combinations of everyday foods to create superfoods for nigh on 18 to 24 months.
Well, here's the thing, Andrew. He has a power that I think a lot of people hear it and they go, oh, yeah. My mate, Sharon, she does that. No offence to Sharon, but I doubt it. Because when people hear that he can mix foods together, they go, oh, you mean like put jam on cheese and like toast it on a crumpet? Yeah. No. I mean, Brent wouldn't even feed that to his dog. Brent, I don't want to talk him up too much.
No, do, because
Brent
we've constantly challenged him.
He invented an Indian version of the chicken parmigiana, the nana jana.
Yeah.
It was the schnitzel with butter chicken sauce in a naan bread.
Yep.
Like, it's just, he's next level.
And he hates cutlery.
A lot of his foods are handheld. Look, it is our honour to have him on board to launch the Master's Apprentice because we want the Mixmaster's help to help find someone that does have a comparable skill. Don't have to be at Brent's level, but think that they could approach his level of everyday food combining. He joins us on the phone. Brent, how have you been, mate?
Great, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good.
So good, mate.
Haven't caught up with you this year yet, and I know it got late in the year, but we're rapt to have you on now.
Oh, great to be on.
I guess the first question on everyone's lips is, the last time we had you on the show, it was for the pizza kebab, which was a massive hit. Have you developed anything in the months since that?
I've worked on a couple of things. I've tried lots of different meal times. One that's really untouched is brunch.
And that's the thing about you. You are always trying to find new pockets of the market that have been lacking for innovation. Yeah. What does your heart and your stomach tell you can do for brunch?
Well, they're essentially combining breakfast and lunch, but they only give you either breakfast things or lunch things.
Yeah.
Why not actually combine the meals as well as the time of eating the meal?
Lovely thoughts. Could we have one by the end of the week? Hamish and I would love a new one.
yeah, I could definitely get one from the developmental stage into the full-fledged mix.
You are the master, the Mixmaster, and you're going to be one of the lead judges in our new contest.
Slurpee Flavour Fest on now. 13 never-before slurped flavours. Invented by 7-Eleven.
Butter chicken, kebab, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tart.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
So, Brent, on Friday, we want you to come and join us here in the studio and help judge regular people, not masters, but regular people's attempts at doing what you do of combining foods.
Excellent. That sounds great.
People have to go to hamishandy.com now. I think there's a $2,000 fee for being the Master's Apprentice, Sam, the Mixmaster's Apprentice. That's up for grabs.
I mean, award, prize.
So, yeah.
So just, you don't have to pay us $2,000 to come on the show.
No, they're going to be, they're charging us.
Yeah, you're charging us apprentice rates.
Yep.
There's a $2,000 reward, correct. If you go to hamishandy.com now, you've got to upload your idea, combining regular, everyday foods, making them a superfood. Hamish and I aren't going to look at those yet.
Yep.
Jack, obviously, you'll sort them out. But Brent, you'll join us, similar to MasterChef, making up 3 judges on Friday, and we'll find out who is going to be the Master's Apprentice.
Now, Brent, just off the top of your head, is there anything that you've done where you just go, this would be a good level for people to play at? Like anything you've just casually mixed?
I think the dessert, where I had the Milky Way cut in half with the yogo and fresh raspberries.
That was great.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that one. Yeah, yogo and fresh raspberries was wonderful. The neutrality of the yogo cutting against the acidity of the raspberry on the Milky Way sweetness, it was stunning.
Yeah, it
really was great, Brent. Yeah, no, nice mention. I mean, that's the level people should be aiming for.
Yeah.
Upload your thoughts. HamishAndy.com. As Anna said, $2,000 up for grabs if you are the Master's Apprentice. And on Friday, we pick them all. Can't wait to see what you develop to reinvent brunch on Friday too, Brent. It's a little treat.
One of your own as well. Brent, we'll chat to you each day in the lead-up, of course, and as we get our combatants that are going to come on and try and earn their right to be the Mixmaster's Apprentice.
Perfect.
Cheers,
Lovely, mate.
Hamish and Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy driving you home. Big show, Ham.
Bloody big show, Ando.
Not only are we going to lock in an apprentice or a potential apprentice for the master, the Mixmaster, Brent. If you don't know who we're talking about, you've got to get your ears around him because he's amazing.
If you think you're a genius when it comes to combining flavours, different flavours of foods that already exist.
Yeah.
You take flavour A, you mix it with flavour B, you create flavour C that's never been flavoured before.
Yeah.
If you think that you're that kind of person, then you need to be part of this contest.
Yeah, and it's everyday foods that seem like on its own are fine.
That are finished.
That are finished. And then suddenly you add something else to it and you go, oh.
I've taken a piece of fried flake, which a lot of people are like, okay,
that's a meal.
I assume you finished? No. I put it on a bed of tubes for chips. Brilliant.
Now,
well, not brilliant. You wouldn't win. But you've done something that no one else has done. If you can do a good version of that.
And something that surprises your taste buds with amazing flavour, they're the people we're going to talk to, and Brent is the master at it. Hamish Andy driving you home.
Slurpee Flavour Fest on now. 13 never-before slurped flavours. Invented by 7-Eleven.
Butter chicken, kebab, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tart.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
Flavour. That's what we're talking about, Ando.
It is, Sam.
A lot of different flavours, but combined in a special way.
Yep, Brent the Mixmaster is the best at it. We mentioned him on yesterday's show. If you're new to the show, welcome. But
hello.
He was a fellow that, look, I suppose like Divine Intervention, just came to the show. He was brought upon us.
He invented about a year ago a new drink. Or actually, it was almost 2 years ago where he said, look, I've combined the flavours of 3 drinks.
Yeah.
It's vanilla Coke, it's normal creamy soda. And at first we were like, but then we went, hang on a sec.
There was 2 types of creamy soda.
This is where this guy's a genius. Because he's like, it's also red creamy soda. We're like, this is a man that knows how to take regular ingredients, regular flavours that you would find at the supermarket or something, and combine them into something very, very special. He has a gift, Ando.
And it's his knack for getting these flavours, putting them together, Ham, creating something mega is what we're excited about. And hence, You've got the opportunity to be the master's apprentice. If you are like-minded, if you look at, say, a margarita pizza and go, hey, I won't have that fully cooked. Instead, I'll take it next door to the kebab shop and get it full of meat and wrap a margarita pizza around its own kebab. You're in the right mindset. You'd be stealing that one because that was one of Brent's. But
we absolutely do for plagiarism there. But you've got the right idea because we are looking for the master's apprentice. And
these aren't recipes.
No, we do. We probably needed to specify that a bit because we realised, because we said yesterday on the show, if you're great at combining everyday items that you get at the supermarket into food, you're in.
That's a recipe.
And a lot of people, we realised people are like, oh, great, eggs, flour, milk, a little bit of cocoa. Boom, you got a chocolate cake. I'm patenting it. I think you'll really enjoy it. Have it for birthdays. Maybe you'd enjoy it if your children are having a party. It's like, we know about recipes. What we're talking about, I guess, is more in that category of like full foods.
Finished foods. Foods that would be presumed finished.
So cake can be an ingredient, but you're also adding something else that we hadn't thought of. I've gone off 100% off the top of my head here, but very, very, very thinly sliced layers of watermelon as a sponge layer. That's a bad flavour, but that might be what you're doing that no one else has heard of.
Lachlan joins us, our first potential contestant. Lachlan.
Ahoy, lads.
Ahoy to you.
Lockie.
You want a chance at the $2,000 if you made the Master's Apprentice on Friday. Don't tell us what it is, because we want that excitement on Friday. But what category are you in? Is it a dessert? Is it a breakfast food?
It is in a category of its own, I'd say. I reckon it's
good.
It's a relatively easy dish, but I'd say it's a dinner with a hint of dessert.
Oh, good.
How many flavours are you combining here?
Oh, there's just a couple.
Yep.
But it just, honestly, when I found this, it was like Captain Cook landing in Botany Bay. It was just absolutely just mind-boggling.
Because I think,
you've got us excited.
As we all know, his first words were, yum.
Lachlan, you've spiked our interest. Let's put Lachlan on hold for the meantime. And obviously, we've got Brent, the Mixmaster, the guru of this up.
G'day, guys. How's it going?
Were you
Brent.
as excited by Lachlan's pitch as we were? Would you like to make him the first contestant?
Well, it sounds like he's got a real passion for mixing, and that's what I'm really looking for in my apprentices.
Yeah. Are you nervous that he's only gone with 2 flavours?
Yeah, look, we have had some experience with only 2 flavours before, and it hasn't really ended out the best.
Brent, have you ever combined a dinner with a hint of dessert? I mean, is that a realm you've played in?
No, not yet. I haven't gone there. So
New
it's
thinking.
Good to see the apprentices pushing the boundaries.
So So you're happy to lock him in as contestant 1?
Yeah. He sounds like a great apprentice potential.
Lachlan, you are locked in as contestant number 1, my friend.
Lockie.
We will see you.
I won't let you down.
We'll see you in the studio on Friday. It'll be Brent, Hamish, and myself as the 3 judges, and you've got your chance at $2,000. Congratulations, Loch.
Absolutely love it. Cheers, lads.
Head to HamishAndy.com if you think you can combine some flavours. Everyday foods that have been presumed to be finished.
We do need to throw it on because Jack did mention to me, because we don't want to see these foods till Friday,
we don't know
right?
it locks up there.
But Jack did say, oh, look, someone sent in a recipe for essentially a toasted sandwich. Again, you got us. That is a combination of existing foods, but it needs to be something, A, that is a presumed finish item, and B, has not been mixed with other flavours before. You need to be breaking new ground, like it sounds like Lachlan's doing.
It's all because Slurpee Flavour Fest is now on. 13 Never Before Slurp flavours. Hamish Andy driving you home.
Slurpee Flavour Fest on now. 13 never before slipped flavours. Invented by 7-Eleven.
Butter chicken, kebab, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tart.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
It's a show at home when talking about food and flavours, Ham.
Mixmaster Brent is a man that we discovered on this show that has an absolute genius talent for mixing together standard flavours. Flavours from foods where you go, it's done. That's a hot chocolate with a marshmallow in it. Yeah. It's finished. Okay, that's the flavour. Brent comes along. I'm just making this one up again but this is the kind of genius he does. So assume this is a good idea. Yeah. Brent comes along and goes, I see what you've done with your hot chocolate and a marshmallow. Can I suggest you put frozen cubes of jam in it? And you go, well, you're a madman.
Yeah.
Then you try it, and you go, hang on a sec.
He's done it.
He's combined another 2 flavours to create something spectacular. I must stress again, that is not one of his inventions. I think that would probably taste bad.
It would be disgusting,
but
probably, yeah.
Brent's ideas are like that, but good.
He is the Mixmaster, and a chance for someone to be his apprentice is what we're giving away on this show. It comes with a $2,000 check for you, yeah.
That you earn.
Yeah.
It's looking for someone that has skills approaching Brent's. On Friday, we're all going to be in here set up MasterChef style with the white linen table. People will be bringing their concoctions to us. Someone that has applied to be the Mixmaster's apprentice.
Ben.
Ben, how are you, mate?
Very well, thanks. Afternoon, Hamish, Andy. Mixmaster Brent.
Top of the afternoon to you, Ben. As you do know, you heard, obviously listening yesterday, you know that Brent is listening in.
Well, we've kind of got him not up, but he's just listening by. It's kind of like a Family Feud where someone's in the...
He's probably in the kitchen. He's probably, at the moment, trying to mix 1,000 flavours together to create some sort of crazy mega flavour that human beings aren't even ready for.
Yeah.
But Brent, Ben, sorry, how's your flavour game? How do you feel about your flavour game?
I'm pretty strong on it. I've always enjoyed mixing flavours. I was that kid that went up at the fast food place and put all of the different drinks in the one cup.
Yep, good.
And that's often a sign that you show talent in the flavour world, because not every kid thinks of that, and you quickly realise that the main flavour there is sugar.
Ben, we don't know what you've got in store for us for Friday, but you're coming forth today.
Yep.
What kind of area is it in?
It's a sweet and savoury mix, and it could be a snack most times of the day, or it could form part of lunch.
What? What a riddle! A blind man needs it, an old man shuns it, a cat can't jump over it, but a bird can fly through it. What is it? Interesting. Okay,
Ben. When you said most times of the day, can you tell us what time of the day that your mix wouldn't be appropriate, do you think?
Yeah, when is it not a snack?
Do you know, I've had this snack at about 1 a.m. in the morning after an enjoyable evening.
Yep.
And I've had this at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, with some friends out on the deck. So I think you could have this anytime.
Oh, 24/7. He's
upgraded it. It's a 24/7 snack. Well, Brent,
how many ingredients? How many different things coming into it?
3.
Good.
That's a good amount.
That's all we need. Okay, we'll leave you on the hold there, Ben. Go to the Mixmaster. Brent, did you hear that?
Yes, that sounds good. 3 ingredients. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, he does like it.
That's the kind of stuff we like to hear. A good player.
We haven't heard you play in the snack realm very often.
No, I tend to stay away just because a lot of companies, like Cadbury's, goes for the chocolate with the popping candy, and it's a bit of a sellout area, but I'm willing to...
You're a purist. He's an absolute purist of flavour mixing, and that's what we love about you, Brent. That's why you're the master, and these guys are applying to be your apprentice.
Well, given that, though, Brent, are you still happy for Ben to be one of the contestants?
Yes, I really like that he started with soft drinks, because that's where all real Mixmasters begin.
Yeah, great. All right, Brent, thanks very much. Hey, Ben, congratulations. You, my friend, are one of the contestants vying for the position of the Master's Apprentice.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
Can't wait to meet you, Benny. We'll see you Friday in here.
Hey, this is exciting now. Thanks, Ben, because day one...
Yep.
The guy only had 2 ingredients, and Brent wasn't happy about that, so he carries that into Friday. Now today, Ben's playing in the snack realm.
And Brent's worried he's too commercial.
Yeah, exactly. He carries that.
It's like when you're
Poison chalice.
It's like when you're on The Voice. You get up and you sing classic opera.
Yeah.
And they go, great. You're doing there's not a huge commercial market for that.
Yeah.
Well done. And then someone gets up and sings pop. And they go, well, you got a good voice, but you got to understand, you're in a very commercial world. And so it's true. Ben he's carrying with him that stigma.
Both of them have got a stigma heading into Friday. Go to HamishAndy.com if you think you have a talent for grabbing presumed finished foods and adding them to another one to create a whole new flavour. You might be at a chance at $2,000 on Friday.
Tomorrow we'll have our final contestant, Ando. We'll find out what his floor is, and then we'll have all three on Friday.
HamishAndy.com. The podcast is there as well. We'll catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Have a good night.
Slurpee Flavour Fest on now. 13 never before slipped flavours. Invented by 7-Eleven.
Butter chicken kebab, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tart.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
Hamish and Andy with you, and we're bloody excited to be getting into this as well. And the last person that can officially apply to be the Master's Apprentice. We're talking about Brent the Mixmaster.
He's a guy that comes to the show, Ando, and his massive talent is combining foods. Foods that other people have walked away from and gone, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm finished. That is a hamburger. I have made it. It has ingredients, and I'm done. Brent waits till they've left the room because he's very polite, then laughs and laughs and laughs and goes, you're not done because you haven't dipped it in Cotty's Ice Magic. And that's when everyone goes, you're the best, you're a genius, you've combined two foods that no one would have thought to combine.
Now, again, that wasn't one of his.
That's not one of his. Often my examples are disgusting, but it gives you an idea
of what he does.
Just imagine that, but a great example.
So tomorrow he's going to join us on the show, Ham, to make up the third of three judges, you and I the others, to judge potential apprentices for him. The Master's Apprentice.
Because people got a chance to win $2,000 here. Because the Slurpee Flavour Fest, that's what they've put up $2,000. We thought, is there someone that could even get close to Brent's talents?
Can people? We got to thank everybody to going to hamishandandy.com and applying. And another one has come forth that has rose above the pack, Ham.
It has, and this is a sort of a delicate way we're selecting these people because we don't want to know what the foods are until tomorrow.
So Jack's been doing a lot of the shifting and sifting.
Jack has had access to what these people are doing, but we've demanded that he just keep the information away from us till tomorrow. So, Jackie, you're in the running here to be contestant number 3 to become the Mixmaster's Apprentice. How are you feeling?
Really confident, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good.
We're
thanks,
good, Jackie. Now
have you had a history of mixing what is presumed to be finished foods and creating a whole new concoction?
That's it. I think it wouldn't be, too presumptuous to say I've got 2 culinary heavyweights here that I've mixed together.
Oh,
and created something pretty special.
Can you tell us what category your food mix is in?
It is a savoury food.
Mm-hmm.
I can enjoy it, any time of the day, but it is probably quite a substantial meal.
Okay. And let's take, say, one of... So it's 2 things you're mixing or 2 complete sort of like meals or dishes you're mixing?
2 definitely complete meals.
Wow.
With a little bit of a garnish on top.
Double meal.
Okay, Jackie, what country would be best to eat this in?
Well, it's kind of 2 cultures clashing here. So
then Australia, because we are the multicultural capital of the world.
It's a multicultural dish.
Great.
Okay, Jackie, we like this. Brent, you're standing by. Has this spiked your interest, Brent?
Yes, cultures combining with the Indian Parma worked a treat.
Yes. Yeah, the nana jana, when you took the schnitzel and wrapped it in garlic naan bread and added a buttered sauce, it was bloody exceptional, Brent.
Yeah, so I think that's going to work out pretty well.
Are you putting Jackie as potentially the front runner, just from the teasers you've heard?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's got the lingo down and she really knows how to mix.
Hey, Brent, have you ever tried to combine cultures that just wouldn't gel?
Yes, I have actually. I went with the Japanese-Australian dessert and...
couldn't get it working?
I don't think either of them have traditional desserts. So.
Just a good point.
A Lamington and some, I don't know, black bean gelato.
Thank you, Brent. Jackie?
It's nice to know that even the Mixmaster has his failures.
Jackie, you're in, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes,
awesome.
You're in, Jack. Congratulations. Tomorrow we will see you here in the studio where you'll bring in your dish under a giant silver dome or a cloche, if they're called, like MasterChef. And you'll present it to Hamish, myself, and Brent the Mixmaster for your chance to win the $2,000.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Can't wait to taste your dish, Jackie. It's going to be an amazing Pants Off Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, have a good sleep if you can get some, because you'll be pretty excited.
Rest up.
It's Hamish and Andy. Haim.
Slurpee Flavour Fest on now. 13 never-before-slept flavours. Invented by 7-Eleven.
Buttered chicken, kebab, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tart.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
Inspired by the fact that the Flavour Fest is on hand, the Slurpee Flavour Fest, 13 never-before-slurped flavours, we wanted to taste flavours that we'd never had before.
Not even in Slurpee form.
No.
Wondered if we could do it with something providing resistance against our teeth.
Normally we turn to a man for this called the Mixmaster. Brent is his name on the show. He's come up with so many brilliant concoctions.
He's a whole new generation of chef.
Yeah.
They're not chefs. They don't care about the process really of... whisking and chopping and baking. They're builders.
Yeah,
they're culinary builders. And a good builder knows what to combine to give you a better outcome, like
more recent
walls and roofs.
More recently, Brent came to the show, went and got a margarita pizza, told them not to put it through the toaster in completion, but rather pull it out while it's still
doughy,
a little bit doughy. Went next door, got it full with kebab meat.
Wrapped it up.
Created his own.
And toasted it then.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, the pizza kebab. It was amazing. And that was the kind of level we were throwing out to listeners of the show, the people of the show, to say, look, do you have this skill? Can you build food? Can you build a new food out of 2 or 3 or 4 existing foods? What flavour can you create for us? So today, Ando, we had our 3 finalists.
If you win this contest, you would be deemed the Master's Apprentice and win $2,000.
So we had Lockie, Ben and Jackie. They've all come to the studio today. They're all busy in the kitchen building. We got them chef's hats. We made it look good. You and myself and Brent were set up in a room that was very, very MasterChef-like. We wanted to do one of those silver dishes that MasterChef have. They're called a cloche. Turns out they're super expensive. So we just got an ice bucket and kind of flipped it and tipped it over the food.
Silver one, though.
Looked about exactly the same. Yeah. I mean, if MasterChef's looking to cut costs, there's a little tip for you. Sat there. It was so exciting because we were like, hang on a sec, we're about to judge and eat.
And then the results would come later.
Bring in the food.
Lachlan, tell us about the dish.
I would probably call it Big Boy's Fairy Bread.
Big Boy's Fairy Bread?
Yeah.
So what are the ingredients of it?
Pizza and M&Ms.
Far out. That's really
You can now reveal the dish. Thanks, Lachlan.
Wonderful. And I'm seeing here peanut M&Ms, is that correct? Crispy. Of course. More of an egg shape. Well done. Have you experimented with other M&Ms?
I have, yes.
And what brought you to the crispy?
I like crispy.
It's the best way to go. Yeah. And I'm seeing a little bit of sausage meat on there. Is it a meat lovers?
It is a meat lovers. You know your pizzas, Hamish.
I've done some time in the box.
Let's have a go. I'm going to make sure I get a couple of M&Ms.
I definitely want a blue M&M.
I don't know why I'm using knife and fork. It's very difficult.
Do you reckon 2 M&Ms per mouthful is enough?
I've gone 2. Okay. Certainly get both flavours, don't you?
It's good coverage, very good coverage.
Yeah. Thank you, Lachlan.
It's a great mouthfeel too.
Yeah.
So we went crispy. Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
Obviously you'll find out the result later.
Yep. And if you just head out that door, the judges will have a bit of a chat about it. Thank you. Fascinating, hey? For me, it works.
I really like that the M&M is something that you don't normally have warm, and in this occasion it's been brought up to the same temperature of a frozen pizza, and it really gives it that melty, and you can see they all crack open.
It's not so much the hot inside that's wonderful, it's the hot shell. It brings out the thinness, and again it adds to the crispness.
We're impressed with our first candidate.
Very, very good.
And then it was time for apprentice number 2.
Ben, you can place your dish down here on the table.
Tell us a little bit about your dish.
It's chocolate sausage and bread.
Chocolate sausage.
The dish has earned me the ire of a couple of my vegetarian friends who love chocolate dearly and hate meat. And actually that's where the dish originated from at the barbecue.
To upset vegetarians?
Specifically, yes.
Meat poisoning. It's nice when a food has a story, isn't it? Does it have a name?
No, chocolate sausage and bread.
Could be called Vegan's Nightmare.
Vegan's Nightmare.
Would you accept Vegan's Nightmare?
I think so. It's pretty catchy.
Let's have a look at it.
Okay. Lovely. So
I love the presentation.
Chocolate is just melting underneath.
Can I ask a question on that? Is it naturally just melting off the heat of the sausage?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just getting the chili now.
I mean, on a practical note,
It's dripping a bit, isn't it?
It's dripping chocolate, but any more than it would drip sauce if it was a sauce in bread.
We'll have a bit of a chat about this and you can show yourself out.
Thanks.
As Brent said, it is difficult to eat, isn't it?
I've completely finished mine. So that's a vote.
Our first 2 dishes, Ham. Jackie's was to come.
If you're near your food at home, cook along as you hear. You've got all the ingredients.
Ham, we're in the middle of the Master's Apprentice.
So far, we'd already had Big Boy's Fairy Bread, which was Locke's invention. It was a McCain's pizza with crispy M&Ms on it, heated up. Delicious.
It was delicious.
It's certainly the fairy bread for a generation that needs a little bit more punch in their fairy bread.
Then we had chocolate sausage, a sausage and bread, chili flakes sprinkled on top of the sausage, and then just a line of Cadbury milk chocolate, which was melting itself just off the radiating heat
If you've
of
never
the sausage.
had Cadbury chocolate melted onto a hot sauce, get it.
Get it.
Do it now.
So, Jackie...
You can't be far from somewhere that serves meat and chocolate. Go and get some.
Jackie was the final contestant, and you and I were, look, pretty full.
We were, but excited.
I, for one, am feeling a bit sick. I've got a touch of the Prestons about me. I've eaten too much and I'm sweating.
What extra investigation were we doing by continually eating it?
I don't think I needed to eat the whole thing. I'll be honest, and I don't think I needed to eat a little bit of Brent's and then eat the chocolate off the table like a pig.
It's time for Jackie. Jackie?
Hey guys.
Hey,
Jack,
really
how
good.
are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
you for taking the time to stop your
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
We'll leave it covered for the moment. Can
Yes.
you tell us about your dish?
Well, I call it a laco. So I've combined Mexico and Italy. We've got lasagna and a taco.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell by Brent's sharp intake of air, he likes what he hears.
That's great.
Soft shell or hard shell taco?
Hard shell.
What about one of the biggest problems you find in anything, I assume it's a meat lasagna?
It sure is.
Anything that contains mince inside a taco, we get beef juice, which can compromise the structural integrity at the bottom of the taco.
Soggy bottom.
Soggy bottom syndrome is one of the worst things you can experience in a
That's
taco.
it.
Have you tried to counter that?
And that's why you'll find grated cheese at the bottom of my taco.
Okay, as a little absorber.
Yeah.
Have you replaced the lasagna sheets with the taco?
I think you'll just have to see it and
Please.
experience
Please.
it. It's a kind of a visual thing.
Okay. May we?
You may.
So we're looking at avocado on the top as well.
You actually put a crispy corn handle on lasagna.
Okay.
Oh, that's something quite special.
Thank you very much.
It's a great feeling to find such a familiar friend inside a taco.
It's like a hug, isn't it?
Because the softness and the tomatoiness is not something you really find in that format inside a taco. I mean, you can have fresh tomato, you can have salsa. You do not have the cooked tomatoey mince.
And the house, in the great housing, because you're so familiar with that. So it's like going around to your parents' house and your best friend's already there.
I like how it goes hard, soft. It's like a shell of goodness around the lasagna.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries.
You can excuse yourself.
Thanks
We'll have
for
a bit of
trying,
chat about
guys.
That was pretty delicious.
I've eaten the whole thing. 3 wonderful dishes. Can we do this every Friday?
This is a great week of...
This is great, isn't it?
Stay tuned next week.
Do you reckon you can get the day off again?
Surely. We'll probably have all week off now.
You've been fired. We did find it very fun just judging and eating.
What a job.
What a job.
Hey, Callum Barris, if you ever need a day off, mate, give us a buzz.
So we've heard the 3 wonderful concoctions. Stick around. The results
are soon. Who will take it out? I
Who'll
mean,
be crowned?
It's very interesting right now, and I'm sure that a lot of debates are going on around the country in cars or workplaces going, we had 2 dishes that essentially combined chocolate with a processed meat, sausages and pizza, and then we had something that was purely savoury. What got Brent the Mixmaster's attention the most?
Butter chicken, chocolate fudge, barbecue sauce, popcorn, Pop-Tarts.
Hamish and Andy, the Master's Apprentice, with Mixmaster Brent.
It all comes down to this moment. Our 3 candidates are back in the studio with us, Hamish, myself, and Brent the Mixmaster. If you've just joined us, welcome. But Brent, you have a super skill, and that is combining everyday presumed finished meals almost, or foods, together and creating a superfood.
And I really want to share that skill, and that's mostly what today's about.
Yep.
How have you felt, Brent, with what we've experienced today, the flavour combining and the art of flavourology? How have you felt the quality was?
Look, it's really up there. It's great to see so many people getting involved, and that's what's really going to kick this industry off, I think.
Yep.
Well, let's go through our contestants in the order that they were presented to us, and then Brent can reveal the scores.
Well, first up, Locke. Please step forward.
Yeah.
And we're doing, guys. Very good, mate. And congratulations again on your big boys fairy bread.
Oh, thank you.
It was stunning. It was beautifully presented.
A pizza with M&Ms on top of it.
Crispy M&Ms.
Yes. Brent, a couple of words before you reveal the judges' score.
Yeah, so the base was a McCain's pizza, which I think is a great choice.
Thank you.
You can get it nearly anywhere, probably 7-Eleven, and get it home and made within 10 minutes. It was a really interesting flavour combination, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
We put our heads together, didn't we, Haim?
Yep.
And to reveal the combined score, would you mind doing that for us, Brent?
Yes, we gave your dish an 8 out of 10.
Thank you. Well done, Ross.
Thanks, guys.
It's a pleasure.
Awesome work.
Ben, you can now step forward. Ben, we did name the dish in there. I can't remember what he called it.
It was Vegan's Nightmare, wasn't it?
Vegan's Nightmare, that's right.
It was a normal hot sausage and bread with some chili flakes and a slab of Cadbury chocolate along the top. A row of Cadbury dairy milk.
Yeah.
Depending on length of sausage, that's how many units of Cadbury you would
that's the rule of thumb,
lay across the top.
And the Cadbury would cook itself off the generating heat of the sausage, which is exciting. Brent, a couple of words.
Yeah, so here we have another meat and chocolate dish combination. There was a sneaky little ingredient under the chocolate, the chili flakes, which performed really well throughout the dish.
Brent, we all came together, and if there was any criticism of
pros
this dish...
Pros and cons of the dish, Brent?
Look, the pros was it was a great idea that you get the barbecue and the dessert at the same time. The cons are a bit...
the two most important meals of the day. Barbecue and dessert.
A con would have to have been that it was quite messy to eat, not super practical at a barbecue.
Yes. The combined score for you, Ben, was?
We gave it a 7 out of 10.
Well done, Ben. I mean, it was still delicious.
A brilliant idea.
And I think that was an interesting part of it, wasn't it? When I sat and looked at the sausage and bread, I couldn't help but think, boy, would I love tomato sauce instead of this chocolate.
Okay, and that's a rough pill to swallow for you there, Ben, because the whole point of this is improving the sausage, and Andy was. I mean that
might be my bad for dragging your score down, Ben. I don't want you to track me down, but a bit of honesty there.
No, it's great.
Could you bring the tomato sauce back? We don't know. We don't know.
This leaves our last one.
And that's the thing, though, we were super impressed with both of them. Then in came Jackie with your Larco. Stunning.
Thanks a lot.
Lasagna inside a taco.
With a lettuce, cheese, and avocado topping drizzled with a hot sauce. Brent, a few words.
Yeah, it was really good casing for the dish. Lasagna is usually messy to eat. Tacos usually messy to eat. Combined, they become almost a superfood that you can enjoy very cleanly.
Isn't it crazy? 2 negatives did equal a positive.
Yeah. which never happens unless you're multiplying or dividing, which you know because you're a primary school teacher. Don't know if you do negatives in primary school, but I'm sure you know it anyway.
Okay, let's go back through them. Lockley got an 8. Ben found himself a 7. The judges combined score and the right to be a master's apprentice.
Essentially, Jackie needs to beat an 8.
What was her score?
We gave Jackie a 10 out of 10.
Jack, it was
amazing.
Incredible. We all want to eat it tonight, and taking nothing away from the fantastic dishes out the back.
I want to go home and have all 3. It was stunning though. The Larco, as I said in the judging, people have to try it tonight. A lasagna slid inside a normal crispy shelled corn taco with some avocado and some hot sauce on it. Make sure you put the cheese at the bottom. It really was stunning.
The flavours were amazing. $2,000 is yours. And guys, because your dishes were so amazing, we're going to go $500 for the two of you guys as well. Not to split, by the way. You can have it each.
You can have it each. So if Andy had his way, you get a little bit less, Ben. But he didn't get his way. $500 each to you guys too. Congratulations, guys.
Go to HamishAndy.com. The videos will be up there shortly.
The quality absolutely blew us away.
Absolutely.
We all want to become food judges now because we've all had so much fun today. Except the hard part is you're having to, let people down a bit.
Yeah.
But the fun part is telling people they won.
It's fair top Friday, Hamish and Andy.
Well done, guys. So 131060, have you said to someone, hey, prove it? Because it's a male. We hate stereotypes at this show, but it is a bit of a male thing. The dangerous mix of when a guy goes, I would like to be able to do that. And I don't know that I can't do that.
Yes, sometimes
that turns into, I can do that.
Or I've done that. Brent, the Mixmaster, legend of the show, is called out. Brent, you've had this happen to you, or are you calling someone else out?
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy, Brent.
We've called out a mate who did the old personal trainer course and came out saying that he could bench 100 kilos.
That's all. I mean, I don't know a lot about benching, but I know that's 100 kilos is a very heavy weight.
Well, it's double what I'd reckon I could if I was to have a crack at it. It's double that I reckon.
He weighs about 70 kilos. So I don't think it's really.
I don't think even an ant could do that proportion, like 1.5 times its body weight. So did you make him do it?
Oh yeah, he had no chance.
Yeah, so
what did he get up to?
Did you go up incrementally, or did you start with 100 kg with no one?
You start with 100, and he's got no chance. Yeah. And then we brought it back down. He got, I think, 67 somewhere there.
I hope you took it off 1 kilo at a time. Okay, 99. Nope. 98.
Thank you, Brent.